vice president of baseball operations, has stepped away and said he didn't want to officially cancel the game with the fans here, but it appears the game, at least at this point, even though the rain has stopped down on the field, has been canceled. And we will get word from him after he speaks with each of the managers once again. They walked the field earlier, Sandy Alderson, with the umpiring crew. Each of the managers walked it, Grady Little, Joe Torre by themselves, gave them feedback. And again, even though the rain has stopped, it rained all day here. The tarp over the infield, but the outfield, Nick Johnson came in and said the water is standing out there over your feet, and the conditions would be too dangerous. So the game at this point canceled, postponed for today. Joe?
All right, Chris, thanks. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. As you look at some of the pictures from right now, it is raining. The rain has let up for the most part, but the field, that's the question. Should I just walk on it? No, I'll come back in. What does this do for the rest of the series? I guess that's the question. If this game is officially postponed, and evidently that's the situation, really it would play into the Boston Red Sox hands. And when you think of it, Joe Torre, when we asked him about 2 hours ago, if this game is rained out, what does that do to your pitching rotation? He said nothing. Now, obviously, that is subject to change. If he changes his mind before tomorrow rolls in, then so be it. But he is going to stay with David Wells. What does it do on the other side for the Boston Red Sox? Part of them were hoping that this game, once it started raining all day, wouldn't happen. Why? Because now they can skip John Burkett. They can have Tim Wakefield go in Game 4, and then what would have been the travel day on Tuesday now is a game day. And that means that Derek Lowe, who's been very good here at Fenway Park, could then be moved up and pitch here at Fenway before the series would shift back to New York if necessary. So that's the situation, and let's go down to Chris Myers, who is standing by again. Chris?
Yeah, Joe, again, Tuesday, we're getting official word here from baseball's Executive Vice President Sandy Alderson that it will be a 4:18 Eastern time, so that's a Tuesday afternoon start here at Fenway Park. Tuesday afternoon as the series shifts because of the weather problems. Joe?
So we thought we would have official word. The answer is it is postponed. There is no game here tonight, and so we will take a little break. There is no baseball to be played at Fenway Park tonight. We will see you tomorrow night on Monday night from Boston. Until then, so long.
On this ship, something terrible is about to...
Jack on the water, and they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy.
Exactly 1 week from tonight, don't miss the premieres of Joe Millionaire and Jerry Bruckheimer's Skin. Fox Monday.
Over the past 10 years, some of the greatest moments in all of sports happened right here on Fox.
Congratulations, Ted Williams, one of the greatest to ever play the game of baseball.
This is a presentation of Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.
Hit deep and gone. This game is tied, and that's hammered into right field. And the Yankees have taken the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, that was perilously close to his head.
And Garcia is furious.
Martinez now pointing. That's the wrong thing to do. That's inciting right there.
Now Romero.
The ball's not even close.
You talk about looking for a reason.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. Don Zimmer and Pedro Martinez. Oh.
That's awful.
Police responded immediately.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna see you. I wanna meet you one day. Maybe next week. I'm gonna meet you. I'll meet you.
We've seen fire and we've seen rain, but you get the feeling we ain't seen nothing yet, not with a World Series berth at stake. And like this 91-year-old diamond in the rough, a Yankees-Red Sox showdown never seems to lose its luster. Tonight on Fox, when ball players attack each other, then apologize, it doesn't matter. The scene is still simmering. When the series began, we all expected emotion, intensity. We knew it would be a battle, but no one expected war. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside the Fox Network Center. Jeannie Velasco, along with Kevin Kennedy.
Simmering?
Yeah, absolutely, still simmering. A rivalry loaded with, what, 100 years worth of drama. Game 3 right near the top of the list.
Absolutely. Yeah, the rain cooled everybody off short term, but the intensity is back tonight. It's always there between the Red Sox and the Yankees, especially after what happened Saturday night.
Yeah, Derek Jeter saying you can give us 10 days off. We'd still be hot.
It's there.
General managers and managers from both teams, by the way, are under gag orders not to talk about the incident. The league has spoken. Fines have been handed down. As for the fisticuffs in the bullpen, that's a matter for the police. According to the Boston Globe, detectives will allegedly be in court tomorrow seeking a complaint that could result in assault and battery charges against Jeff Nelson and Kareem Garcia. Jabs, by the way, are still being thrown, the verbal variety.
I think that perhaps an incomplete knowledge of the facts, if I can put it diplomatically, might be at the root of Mr. Levine's comments.
I very much appreciated the apology from that Don Zimmer made. I wouldn't mind seeing the same thing coming from our side.
I'm embarrassed. What happened yesterday? I'm embarrassed for the Yankees, the Red Sox, the fans, the umpires, and my family. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
We are very grateful for Zim's apology, and we're all sorry that what took place on the field happened the other day. That's an unfortunate circumstance that we're trying to put behind us right now and play baseball here tonight.
Every day, something new, and the guys in the Fox truck found a new angle of Zimmer's search and destroy mission, Kevin.
And there he is right there, seeking out and finding Pedro Martinez. Now, nobody's even around Pedro except Don Zimmer. He goes for the left right there. A lot of people felt maybe Pedro just should have sidestepped him instead of pulling his head down to the ground and bouncing like that. It's a man that's 72 years old. Zimmer would apologize as he did. You just heard that. A lot of people feel maybe Pedro should apologize as well.
By the way, Don Zimmer says he's retiring from fighting. He's too old. But that didn't make the headlines, but everything else did. The newspapers loving this series.
Well, I think the key tonight is the umpires. Tim McClellan and his crew did a great job tonight keeping control. He's going to talk to Grady Little prior to the game and Joe Torre, which is they've already done that, and say, hey, guys, keep your guys in the game. You guys control your own ball clubs. I wouldn't expect any problems like we had Saturday night.
Yeah, just in case there's extra security.
Just in case.
Everywhere. There is another series going on. The Marlins managed to keep the champagne in the bottles, but they may have uncorked a controversy of their own when Sammy Sosa took exception to a Josh Beckett offering. We know Manny may have gone overboard, but how about Sammy?
He overreacted a lot. I don't know really what else to say. You know, I thought it was, I don't know what he was trying to do, trying to pull a Boston Red Sox Yankees thing.
A lot of people think because I'm a nice guy and I play baseball, you know, and this and that, but I'm a man, and I'm not scared.
That ball by Josh Beckett was at the head of Sammy Sosa.
Scared of that, yeah.
But not intentional, no question about it. But nonetheless, he wins the ball game and forces a Game 6 in Wrigley Field. Pavano on the mound, getting his first start in the postseason for Florida. And, of course, Mark Pryor, one of the aces of the Chicago Cubs. Our game coming up next. You've seen in Wakefield.
All season long, Fox Sports and Sprint have been interactive, and during tonight's game, you're going to get the chance to make your voice heard with Sprint Virtual Manager. Use your PCS Vision phone from Sprint or log on to foxsports.com to vote. Still ahead, the storm blew over, but what about the inclement feelings between these two? Will a rain delay extinguish the firestorm? Not likely.
Over the last 10 years, Fox NFL Sunday has been America's #1 pregame show.
I think that might be one of my favorite outfits. Somebody come in and stop my head. This isn't exactly what I expected.
Fox NFL Sunday, this week, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
The Lincoln Mercury family of SUVs. Lincoln Navigator, Lincoln Aviator, and the Mercury Mountaineer. Luxury effectively combined with affordability that makes it an SUV second to none. Right now, get a new Mountaineer with no-charge leather seating for 0% APR financing or up to $2,500 cash back. See your Arizona Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
It all ends today. Access to over 8,000 Chevy vehicles. The Valley Chevy Dealer's 6th semi-annual Giant 10 sale at the Peoria Sports Complex. Today only. Get $500 10 sale bonus cash on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. That's a total of $3,500 cash back on Trailblazer. Plus, get a chance to win a $500 giveaway every hour. Only one entry per person. The Giant 10 sale. It all ends today.
Cadillac Escalade and the new Escalade ESV. The world's most powerful full-size utility. Breakthrough.
Take advantage of 0% APR financing toward any new 2004 Cadillac Escalade model at your Cadillac dealer.
The Hyundai Accent. The only car in its class with the added safety of standard front side impact airbags. 29 miles per gallon in the city, 33 on the highway. And only the Accent is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like you win. Test drive the Hyundai Accent. Nicely equipped for just $90.39 at your Hyundai dealer. Don't waste money on a lease. Own a 2003 Accent for just $129 a month through October 31st at your Hyundai dealer.
I just want to run away. I do. I'd go anywhere with you.
His father is the district attorney.
He wants to ruin our family. He wants to destroy my business.
Can you imagine what will happen if the press gets a hold of this? They would ruin me. They would ruin you.
Why does it matter who our parents are? You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Every politician needs a target.
You cannot see this girl again ever.
The rich man's dead.
What have I done?
I love you.
I love you too.
Skin, a new series, premieres 1 week from tonight on Fox.
Well, they all lost their composure, but the Red Sox, they also lost the game, and they don't want to fall into a deep hole facing this Yankees rotation, which actually somewhat maybe plays into New York's favor today with the rain delay. Here comes Mussina.
Well, Mussina's back on the mound. Game one starter. He did not pitch well, but when he's on, he's got this 12-6 over-the-top curveball, and he's got the sidearm three-quarter type curveball that'll fade down on the way to righties as well. 91 to 93 fastball to go with that. Tim Wakefield, the only way to hit a knuckleball, you hope it's up in the zone so it'll float into your swing. If he does that tonight, he's going to have a few balls off the monster. There's no doubt about that. But he was on the other night, and when he's on, watch this thing fall right off the table, right on home plate. Hitters will swing over the top of that ball and through it. And Tim Wakefield the other night was absolutely outstanding. 2-hit ball in 6 innings, so he's rested, ready to go. Knuckleballers are always ready to go. Mussina, I mean, he did not pitch well. He wasn't sharp. He had too much rest, everybody felt. Mel Stottlemyre and Joe Torre. So tonight, we'll see what Mike has for the Red Sox tonight.
All right, we need to get you out to the ball game. Returning to the scene of the crime more than 48 hours later, and the blood's still boiling. It's Game 4 of the ALCS next on Fox, and nobody's backing down.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
These are just some of the good things America's critics are saying about Arrested Development. It's the fall's best new sitcom. Hilarious. The smartest and sharpest comedy of this or last season. The funniest new comedy on the fall schedule. The question is not so much will it make you laugh, as how long will it make you laugh. Now, in an effort to give everyone equal voice, these are some of the bad things people are saying. Exactly. Don't miss what everyone is calling the best new comedy of the year, Arrested Development. Premieres Sunday, November 2nd on Fox. It's the home of beer, football, cheese, and now Wednesday night comedy. This fall, Wisconsin is where the laughs live.
You're allergic to eggs.
Hey, pretty lady. Like what you see? That 70 Show and A Minute with Stan Hooper.
It's your head made out of cheese.
cheese. Holy Lord. Wednesday nights, come for the laughs, stay for the cheese.
Damn it, Hooper, you're shredding us like mozzarella.
It all begins Wednesday, October 29th on Fox.
Get ready to laugh out loud with the premiere of Fox Sunday.
Hot damn.
Bart, you're not at school. Don't swear.
I saw you sliding out the... First, it's Brad Pitt as you've never seen him before as Boomhauer's brother. On the King of the Hill season premiere, part of a full hour. Then, Halloween's not over till the Simpsons say it is. It's the all-new Treehouse of Horror, where horror becomes the Grim Reaper.
Oh, man, these seats suck.
Leave everything to me. Pardon me, coming through, rest in peace, you're dead, take a dirt nap, feed the worm.
Part of a full hour. And Malcolm's Family hits Vegas with David Cassidy.
Those aren't for you. Pass them up.
Plus, from Ron Howard and Imagine Television comes the premiere of Arrested Development, the show Time magazine calls the fall's best new sitcom.
You love it here? I'm having the time of my life. Hey, T-Bone.
Big stars, blockbuster episodes, and the best comedies on television. Fox Laugh Out Loud Sunday premieres November 2nd.
I'm Jeannie Zelasco back at the Fox Network Center. And on the 7th day, they rested. Now it's back to the business of baseball at a kinder, gentler series. Come on, it's the Yankees and Red Sox. Game for the ALCS right now on Fox.
An extra layer of security has been added. The police force has been beefed up here at Fenway Park after what we witnessed here on Saturday in Game 3. And now it's Game 4 of this 2003 American League Championship Series. The New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. And welcome to the booth. I'm Joe Buck. Well, what didn't we see here on Saturday? We saw a fight on the field. We saw a fight in the bullpen. We saw brushback pitches. We saw a guy get hit by a pitch. We saw everybody yelling at everybody. But the most important thing that happened, the New York Yankees took a 2-games-to-1 series advantage behind a very composed Roger Clemens. We had a washout last night. That means Tim McCarver, Tim Wakefield tonight for Boston. Then they have Derek Lowe going tomorrow afternoon. What do you expect out of Wakefield here tonight?
Well, number one, a real advantage for the Red Sox with the washout last night. Grady Little telling us something we had never heard before. I had never heard before. How can you tell if a knuckleball is effective? He said, watch the catcher, Doug Mirabelli. If he's having a tough time with the knuckleball, the hitters for the Yankees will have a tough time hitting it. As far as Mike Mussina is concerned, there are different ways to be wild. You can walk hitters, of course. That's a conventional way. As far as falling behind, that's a more dangerous way, and that's what Mike Mussina did in Game 1.
Giving up 3 home runs in that 5-2 win for the Boston Red Sox. Brett Boone, so much has been said, so much has been written from a player's perspective. Do you think there's any carryover, any bad blood going into this Game 4 tonight?
I think Joe Torre alluded to the fact that all this came from one pitch. And bad blood, I don't think there is any bad blood. If there's any bad blood, it's more between the fans of New York and the fans of Boston versus the players.
Let's look ahead to Game 4, and before we do that, we take a sneak back at Game 3. So many things happened here in snapshots. Here's what we saw at Fenway on Saturday.
This is what modern medicine was supposed to be about. Attending to patients, not to endless forms and phone calls. Now, a single company is providing information and services that simplify healthcare for more than 250,000 doctors and 75 million patients. WebMD. With WebMD, insurance coverage can be determined instantly. Charts can be accessed anywhere. Results reported, prescriptions written electronically, and claims settled with 1,100 health plans. And with WebMD, physicians can continue their medical education, even attend conferences from home, and patients can monitor their own progress as never before. At a time when the healthcare system can come between doctors and patients, WebMD is helping them to reconnect. and in the process helping to redefine modern medicine. WebMD, modern medicine.
Gonna call Napoleon your king?
There's not a moment to lose.
Master and Commander, rated PG-13, November 14th, only in theaters.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample's right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by WebMD, redefining modern medicine. By Viagra, step up to the plate and ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you. And by Subway, good so you don't always have to be. Subway, eat fresh. Beautiful night. What a difference a night makes. It is gorgeous after getting rained out last night. You may wonder how that field is and the condition of the field. Let's go down to Chris Myers.
Yeah, Joe, they used a helicopter to blow away some of the water that was standing in the outfield from yesterday. The chopper was lowered as close to the field without landing on it. It was sunny most of the day. The grounds crew worked throughout the day as Dave Millar with his crew making sure the field was in good shape. Although dry, the outfield, there are some spots a bit soft beneath the grass that maybe with some constant running over it might loosen up. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, the field conditions gets a thumbs up from the players.
All right, Chris, thanks. We're glad you're with us tonight. And Alfonso Soriano will walk in and lead it off for the New York Yankees. Jeter and Giambi will follow. We'll give you a full look at that starting lineup for Joe Torre when we get a second. Soriano so far is hitless in this ALCS, and because of the washout last night, most believe, and I think the three of us are in agreement, that by getting Wakefield on the mound tonight and Derek Lowe, who won 11 games against only 2 losses here at home this season, on the mound tomorrow afternoon, the rainout favors the Boston Red Sox as the first pitch is up for ball 1. You look at the postseason numbers for Wakefield, a winner in game 1 of this ALCS 5-2 on Wednesday night. And he's 2-0 on Soriano.
We said in game 1 that if Wakefield was up with the knuckleball, that would be bad for the Red Sox. He's been up with 2 so far.
And up with a third, it's 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Jeter and Giambi will follow. And a strike, 68 miles an hour. A 3-0 knuckleball. So no 3-0 fastball, and now Soriano takes high, a leadoff walk. The starting lineup for the New York Yankees brought to you by State Farm. You know about Soriano. He's on at first now. Jeter is stepping to the plate with Giambi, the DH, to follow. Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, and Hideki Matsui, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, with Johnson, Boone, and David DeLucci getting the surprise start. Joe Torre thinking he might be more patient against the knuckleball pitching of Tim Wakefield. Leadoff man is on. Jeter is at the plate. We'll see if the Yankees want to do any first inning running.
Hard to hit a knuckleball, easy to run against one.
And a little clunker into shallow center field. That ball's going to drop. Soriano will hold at second. It's 2 on with nobody out. And we look defensively at the Boston Red Sox. They've committed 1 error in this ALCS. Belongs to Damian Jackson. They have Ramirez in left, Johnny Damon in center, Nixon in right, with Miller, Garciaparra, Walker, and Millar on the infield. And Mirabelli does most of the catching. In fact, all but 2 innings that Tim Wakefield pitched this season, he had Mirabelli behind the plate.
Notice the infield is not shifted for Jason Giambi because Soriano's speed at second base demands that Miller hold at third.
Again, it's up from Wakefield, ball 1. Well, if the key for Wakefield, according to Grady Little, the manager of the Red Sox, is how Mirabelli is catching him, he's having no problem catching him, and they've all been up. There's one in for a strike. It's 1-1.
Just playing against knuckleballers, and I think we talked about it the first game Timmy pitched. The problem they get into is when they're not throwing strikes with a knuckleball. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and Timmy, you said you can run on a knuckleball, and that's true.
The 1-1 with 2 on and nobody out is ripped. Caught for a double play. 2 out.
Huge break for the Red Sox. A rocket caught by Millar. Jeter with no place to go.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that as a runner.
Hung out to dry.
So what looked like a damaging first inning for the Boston Red Sox now sees the Yankees with a runner at second, Soriano 2 out, and Bernie Williams, who has 2 hits in this series and 1 RBI, standing at the plate. Strike 1 on the inside corner. It's Wakefield and Messina tonight. Derek Lowe and David Wells tomorrow. Yankees leading 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. 1 ball, 1 strike on Williams.
So far, Wakefield is not fooling the Yankees. One of the worst things that can happen to a knuckleball is to have it rolling and not moving from side to side.
Down and in, 2-1.
That was a roller right there. Drifting low for Williams.
Two balls and a strike, and now 3-1. The thing about a knuckleballer, Grady Little was talking about, he can be great in the bullpen. You'd have no idea if that's going to translate to what he does on the mound in the game. He can be great one inning and terrible the next. Tough for a hitter to get into a groove and feel comfortable, and tough for a pitcher like Wakefield to know where it's going. 3 balls, 1 strike, runner at second, 2 out. And another walk. 2 in the inning, plus a hit, but a line drive double play, and now with 2 on, 2 out, Posada walks in.
You need a windsock sometime when Wakefield pitches. In the first game, the wind was blowing out to center field or right in the face of Tim Wakefield, about 4 to 8 miles an hour. And tonight, from left field to right field, from 6 to 10 miles an hour. So the temperature and the weather conditions at Yankee Stadium were much better than they are tonight. You don't want crosswinds when you're throwing a knuckleball. The best is when the wind's at you.
Now with 2 on, 2 out, here is Posada. Could put the Yankees on top here in the first inning. So like judging the distance with a lob wedge in your hand, you got to wonder about the wind. A guy like Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, they couldn't care less.
Watch how this ball stays outside. You'd much rather a knuckleball do that than roll and have that rolling effect, because there's no side-to-side movement.
2 balls and a strike, and this big crowd at Fenway Park already starting to groan here in the first inning.
Yeah, but those last 2 knuckleballs, you can work with those because it's got side-to-side movement.
So far, more out of than in the strike zone. 2-1 pitch. 2-2.
That's when he's thrown right here.
Out of play. Soriano led off with a walk. Jeter single to center. Giambi lined into a double play. Williams walked. And this crowd hoping, pleading, begging Wakefield to get through a scoreless first. He does.
About your car, you want to keep it protected. No one understands that like your State Farm agent.
We live where you live.
That's why more people insure their cars with State Farm than anyone else, because we care about you the way you care about your car.
On the road and stuck trying to get business email in all the wrong places? Get Verizon Wireless Email Access and your data will travel on America's most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now? Good.
For all your company's wireless needs, we mean business. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
I received this wedding gift from my husband's aunt, but I don't need a monkey lamp. I was extremely torn. I didn't know whether I should just keep the lamp or return it and risk hurting her feelings. So I asked myself, what would Jared do?
I would return the lamp. She really just wants you to be happy. Then I'd get a red wine vinaigrette club.
So, where's the lamp?
The red wine vinaigrette club from Subway. Eat fresh.
You're starting to hear grumbling about the postseason and big game pitching of Mike Mussina, who so far is 0-2 in October for the Yankees this season. The starting lineup for the Red Sox brought to you by State Farm. Damon, Walker, and Garcia-Parra at the top. No big surprises. Ramirez, Ortiz, and Millar in the middle, with Trot Nixon, Bill Miller, and Doug Mirabelli catching and batting in the number 9 spot. See what the top of the order did in Game 3 against Roger Clemens. And the numbers this postseason for Mike Mussina: he lost Game 1 to Tim Wakefield 5-2 on Wednesday. Winless in his last 5 postseason starts. And a strike on the outside corner to Johnny Damon. Damon made his first appearance of this series in Game 3 and went 3 for 4. One ball, one strike. A lot of talk about the extra rest for Mike Mussina with his usual pinpoint control. And as Tim said, he only walked 2 in Game 1, but he was behind one hitter after another. So they wanted to keep Mussina on regular rest. They move Wells to tomorrow. And Mussina falls behind Damon 2-1. That's fine. And that's Johnny Damon. I mean, he can miss a ball by a foot swinging at it. He can hook one down into the right field corner. He can slap one down the left field line. That one took 2 hops and hit off a fan down the left side here at Fenway.
2 of his 3 hits the other night, one off the third baseman Enrique Wilson, the other off Derek Jeter.
Here's a 2-2. Pitch up and in, and Messina starts it with a strikeout. Look at the defense for the New York Yankees. So far, they've not committed an error in this ALCS. And the only change is DeLucci out in right. Third career postseason start. First with the Yankees. He was with Arizona and missed 30 games with a sprained ankle. Got himself back into playing shape just in time to be a part of the postseason roster for Joe Torre. Here's Todd Walker. Strike one.
I think with Johnny swinging at that pitch, when Mike is most successful, you see a lot of hitters swinging at that pitch up a little bit out of the zone, and that's when he's most successful.
The 0-1. A little inside, a ball and a strike.
Part of our scouting report is Messina's control on the inside-outside edges. It appears to me that he's throwing much harder than he did in game 1, too. There's some pop in Posada's mitt.
Strike two.
That scouting report, that third point, is the one to keep in mind. Controlling both sides of the plate. That's what Mike does well when he wins, and when he loses, he doesn't do well.
And Brett, you talk about pitchers falling into a pattern with how they try to get you out. Messina's a guy that just doesn't do it.
No, he won't. He'll if you go, you know, if you make 3 outs, he might get you out 3 different ways. And I think I think that's a philosophy. I think a lot of the Yankees do it. You know, we talked about Andy Pettitte doing it. And this is the first year where he really had no pattern, and Mike never has.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. That's foul down the right side. So it stays 1-2. Mike Messina was signed in November of 2000, and his last win of the postseason came in game 2 of the ALCS against Seattle in 2001. So in October so far, he has yet to step forward and be the dominant type pitcher that he is during the regular season. A 17-game winner this year. That's the opposite way into left. And Matsui hauls in out number 2. That'll bring in the struggling Nomar Garciaparra.
That was a fastball. Whenever you see 2 fingers on a ball, it's a fastball, or it looked like a cutter. I think I was wrong the first 2 times. It was a knuckle curve. I've got Brett Boone.
You're 1 for 3.
Next to me. Yeah, one out of 3. Not bad hitting. Real bad up here.
I was going to say, Timmy, we're not hitting.
Hey, you can see the knuckles right there. That's the knuckle curveball.
Garciaparra into center field. It'll carry to Bernie Williams. You two compose yourselves. We'll move to the second.
Timmy, let's move on.
Here in game 4. Down go the Red Sox. 1-2-3. No score after 1.
Cash or credit? Oh, hey, Yahoo. Oh, making me dizzy. Oh, Bank One. British Airways?
Bank One.
Top of the morning to you. I'm not really British. I sound like it, don't I? Borders. Let me guess. Bank One. Bank One. Bank One. Hey, Helen, another Bank One.
Hundreds of leading names, one you.
This is so you.
Find the card that fits you best.
Cute dog. Oh, you two have the same eyes.
Individual answers. Bank One.
Marie Callender began every recipe the same way, with care. And her country fried chicken was no exception. Marie served it up with mashed potatoes slowly whipped with real cream. And corn? Well, Marie thought it best eaten right off the cob. Marie Callender put her heart into everything she made. And to this day, we're still making it Marie's way. Marie Callender's country fried chicken dinner in your grocer's freezer. Made with the care of Marie.
Now this is big.
Now's the best time to buy wireless phones and accessories during the big sale at Radio Shack.
It's so big, it's
hits.
It's the LG VX6000 camera phone. Take, send, and personalize pictures. Just $149.99 after a $50 Radio Shack mail-in rebate.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
The big sale. Now at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
I got a question for the folks at Radio Shack. Who's in charge of spelling around here?
Come in now for TGI Friday's double glazed ribs. They're basted with our rich Tennessee glaze, then finished with Friday's tangy barbecue sauce. Tear into double glazed ribs. Only at Fridays.
Next Monday, Fox will introduce a real American cowboy to a group of European women.
Oh, he's good looking.
Convince them he's worth $80 million in oil.
I'm sure I'm gonna like this lifestyle.
And invite them to win his heart.
He's rich. He's very rich.
Does anyone know how to say sucker in French?
Very money, baby.
The next Joe Millionaire. Diplomats are standing by. Premieres 1 week from tonight on Fox.
First up, Hideki Matsui, then Nick Johnson, then Aaron Boone here in the second against Tim Wakefield, who dodged trouble in the first thanks to a line drive double play hit into by Giambi. First pitch, a ball. And now another. There's Stephen King. Finished 2 new novels in the cab ride on the way over here, and in the first inning wrote 3 more. 2-0 pitch. 2-1. Big Red Sox fan there, Brett Boone. That's Stephen King.
Is he?
Yeah. Wrote a book with Tom Gordon's name in the title of it. 2-1 pitch. 2-2 on Matsui. Hideki Matsui so far in this ALCS, 3 out of 9. He was the one that got that big double off Pedro Martinez in the eventful 4th inning on Saturday. Probably the biggest swing of the bat all day. Waits on it, still 2-2.
Joe Torre certainly thinks so. In that inning, Posada led off with a walk, then Nick Johnson singled, and then the double by Matsui, and then the ball thrown behind the head of Kareem Garcia.
2-2 pitch. Matsui a late swing, and he's gone. 1 out. Our Sprint Virtual Manager question: who is most responsible for Saturday's melee in the 4th inning? Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, Manny Ramirez, Don Zimmer. You can use your PCS Vision phone from Sprint or log on to foxsports.com, the keyword MLB on Fox. So we will do that, and I will ask Player Man what he thinks.
Player Man?
Player Man.
Who is most responsible? Who do you think?
That's you.
Let's go.
Who threw the pitch?
Pedro Martinez.
Okay.
That's your answer.
If the pitch wasn't thrown, would anything have happened?
No.
All right, thank you.
Well, there you go. Well, you have an answer.
Why do we need to vote now? Let's see how much. Yeah, let's see how much weight I carry up here.
I don't know if Pedro or Manny Ramirez have PCS Vision phones down in the clubhouse, but they might differ. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah. Whatever.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, fouled it back. You can't get that upset about that. I know you're scared about facing Pedro Martinez next year, but I mean, say something.
I've said my piece.
With 1 out, nobody on, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick Johnson. That's 3 strikeouts in a row.
We talked last inning about how you can corral it if it's outside or inside. That knuckleball has not been rolling his last 3 hitters. There it is. That freeze. That's what Dave Wallace says about Wakefield. When the The arm is stiff to the ground and straight up, almost like being sworn in.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. 1-1. Into left field, not well hit. Manny Ramirez hauls in out number 3, and the Yankees go in order. Bottom of the second rolls in here at Fenway. The big bats, Ramirez, Ortiz, Millard coming up. No score.
Wireless troubles?
My phone works here, not there. Same with voicemail, email.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete, all-digital, advanced wireless network in the nation. And all the calls are clear.
So everything works.
And this will never happen again.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
When Taco Bell first created the Zesty Chicken Bowl, we thought we'd freshly prepare them right at your table. We still freshly prepare them, just not at your table. The Zesty Chicken Bowl. Grilled all-white meat chicken, seasoned rice, cheese, crisp lettuce, and fiesta salsa. Made right when you order it, so it tastes even better. For fresh-made taste, think outside the bun.
Let's see, I bought yellow pencils, yellow Post-it notes, yellow boxers. Yellow boxers.
$14.
Land courier, air courier, pedicure, reader.
$137.
2 printers, 2 scanners, 2 tutus.
$540. Keeping business expenses separate from personal expenses? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Apply online for the MasterCard Business Card.
Standing on the corner, watching all the guys go by. Standing on the corner, giving all the guys the eye.
Old Navy painter's pants at a price that really turns heads, starting at just $20 for men.
But you won't find a tougher painters. Old Navy painter's pants go by.
League Championship Series on Fox, brought to you by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. By MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Old Navy Painter's Pants, they'll work for you. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, Kevin Millard coming up. Here is Manny. Hard hit. Boone, what a play. Long throw for the out. A backhanded stab, and Aaron Boone took care of a tough chance for the first out in the second.
There's only one guy who can explain this, a Gold Glover. That is some kind of picking it.
It's a great play. He listens well.
Oh, you're taking credit?
I take credit for everything. Yeah, Aaron he's a very talented defender. I mean, I've seen him make that play 20 times, and I haven't played against him that much, but I watch him quite a bit.
And he can play really anywhere on the infield.
He can. I mean, third base is by far his best position, but he had to play second a little this year. I worked with him a little bit in spring training, before spring training started. But he can move around, but third's definitely a spot.
With one out, David Ortiz digs in and takes the ball low. We were talking about Don Zimmer last half inning in that sprint question. And one point about it that I don't hear talked about really at all is that Don Zimmer doesn't want that whole, how could Pedro Martinez pull down a 72-year-old man? He doesn't want the special consideration because he's 72 years old. As that ball will roll foul. Interesting that Messina would let it roll. Looked like he had an out sitting right there in front of him.
I was thinking the same thing. David Ortiz has not attempted a stolen base all year. Now that means he's slow. So if he's slow, I think Mike was perhaps worried about throwing into the runner, picking it up, being on the line, and having Ortiz in the way of the throw to first base.
But other than that, I mean, Ortiz wasn't halfway down the line.
I think if you pick it up and back off a little bit, give yourself a little room, then you get Ortiz.
With 1 out, nobody on, Ortiz gets back in there, has a little second life, in my opinion, thanks to that decision by Mike Messina. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. So while people say, how could Pedro Martinez do that? We talked about that at length when it happened in the 4th inning. And in my opinion, I don't think you can blame a guy for reacting with somebody coming at him. But in Don Zimmer's mind, he doesn't want that, how can you push down the old man stuff. That's just not Don Zimmer. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The way I saw it was, and I've said this, I think I have a lot of respect for Don, what he did. It might not have been the right choice, but he's in the heat of the battle, and he wants to protect his guys. He's going to war with his guys. But I think you can't fault Pedro for what he did. I mean, he's trying to defend himself. He's not thinking, here's a 7-year-old man, I better take it easy. He's thinking, I'm protecting myself here.
2-2 pitch. Ortiz strikes out. So Messina let the ball roll foul and picks up a strikeout, his 2nd of the night. And let's check in with Chris Myers with news about Don Zimmer.
Yeah, Joe, we saw Zimmer's tearful apology on the pregame show. I talked to him before the game around the batting cage. First, he pointed out he's ultra sensitive anytime a player is thrown out around his head, because it was 50 years ago at age 22 when he was batting with St. Paul against Columbus, no batting helmet, and he was hit. He was unconscious for 13 days. He wanted to clarify he doesn't have a metal or steel plate in his head. They actually drilled 3 holes in the side of his head, used a material similar to a bone structure to help, and he was unconscious for 13 days, and then coming out of that, he's always been sensitive, but he did want to make clear that he was sorry about what happened and wanted to now concentrate, of course, on the Yankees moving forward and getting back to the World Series.
Thanks, Chris. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on Kevin Millar. Now it's 0-2. Zimmer was fined $5,000. Pedro $50,000, Manny $25,000, and Kareem Garcia $10,000, and he has potentially some legal issues staring at him for what happened in the bullpen in the 9th inning here on Saturday evening. There have been some changes out in that bullpen, by the way, on the New York Yankees side, and we'll hear more about that as this game moves on. Jeff Nelson, Kareem Garcia, the 2 major players involved from the Yankee side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on here in the 2nd. And Millar strikes out. You can see already there's a big difference in Mike Messina. Game 1 to game 4. He has already struck out 3. The Red Sox don't have a base runner. We don't have any score going to the 3rd.
Ah, yes, the classic flavor of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So rich, so smooth, so delightfully mild. Every bean lovingly chosen, delicately roasted, meticulously brewed. For 50 years, it has remained a tradition of unsurpassed delightfulness. Yes, indeed.
Materials on 17. I think delays because we're going to need. I want you to.
For your most important messages, reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless.
The new Sonic Air Elite by Philips. With patented sonic technology, its bristle tips move 3 times faster than all other leading power toothbrushes for a deep cleaning experience unlike any other. Like that, only smaller. Sonicare Elite removes stains and reverses gingivitis. For whiter teeth and healthier gums. Guaranteed. Ask your dental professional. Stop brushing. Start Sonicare.
It began last summer.
We want you to be a part of the family.
America loved it, and the critics agreed.
California.
Now, TV's new It Show is back.
I would never do anything to hurt Marissa.
You're not.
First pitch to DeLucci is in for a strike, and we're underway in the third inning, no score. DeLucci, the number 9 hitter. Then Soriano and Jeter in this game 4 with the Yankees up 2-1. That hit the arm of David DeLucci. Wakefield still staring in there, wanting verification that that did hit him in the arm. Leadoff man is on after this.
Right elbow clearly plunked. You might say, well, maybe DeLucci didn't try to get out of the way, but if it's a knuckleball, you don't know where the thing's going. So you could certainly understand why DeLucci didn't try to get out of the way. It's not like a fastball or a predictable pitch.
Soriano now walked his first time up and was left stranded when the Yankees hit into a double play and left 2. On the inside corner for a strike. Against the Yankees, Tim Wakefield is 2-5 with an ERA over 6.5 here at Fenway Park. DeLucci running. The throw by Mirabelli is too late. And a stolen base has the Yankees with a runner at second, nobody out.
That's the problem with throwing. Number one, the knuckleball takes a long time to get there, and you can't center the ball with that big mitt. That ball was rolling around in there. You have to feel the ball. You have to know where the ball is in order to throw quickly. And that was a fine throw as far as placement.
That was a great throw.
Yeah.
Mirabelli throws a lot better than he's given credit for.
Only 19% thrown out all year. That's not good, but he's catching the knuckleball pitcher.
That's into center for Damon, and Soriano does not advance the runner, 1 out.
This is what happens with that knuckleball. See, the action is still rolling. Watch the ball still rolling in his mitt. And by the time you get it, sometimes you pull it out and you don't have a firm grip of the ball. So it's very, very difficult throwing from behind the plate. And DeLucci took advantage of that.
Here's Jeter now. Derek singled his first time up. His 4th hit of this series. Been bothered by a sprain in his left thumb. Of course, he dislocated that left shoulder a season opener in Toronto and missed 36 games. Now he's jammed in a pop-up. Damon coming in. 2 out. And with Damon coming in, Todd Walker made sure he got out of the way with what happened in Game 5 out in Oakland.
He really did. Watch Walker go that way to clear the way for Johnny Damon. Get out of the way. Damian Jackson running into Johnny in Game 5 of the American League Divisional Series.
And now here's Giambi, who hit a rocket down to first with 2 on and nobody out. And the shift is on the infield, but Miller is at least in the vicinity of third base. But it'd be tough for him to get there and cover on a throw over. Up and away for a ball. Not that you want to chance it with a guy like Giambi at the plate and run in this situation, but it would be fun to watch Miller try to get to third and take a throw on a steal attempt.
Yeah, the Red Sox realize that there are 2 outs. It's much more of a chance to try to steal third.
But when you have a pitcher and you have that as the result, being at third base is not such a bad thing as the count goes to 1-1. Giambi or not, if you can get to third base and feel comfortable doing it because of this, sometimes it might not be too big of a risk. It might be worth the chance.
Well, this gets him to third anyway. 14 pass balls during the season. Mirabelli only started 43 games. Grady Little said if the catcher's having problems with the knuckleball, he's got a good one, and he's having a ton of problems back there.
This is what Euchre said. Wait till it stops rolling and pick it up. That's outside for a ball. Close pitch. Wakefield doesn't get it. It's 2-1. An RBI chance for Giambi. And it's 2-2.
It's very interesting to watch hitters when they face a knuckleballer. They'll change their stance. Watch Jason. Normally he has that bat off his shoulder all the time. Watch him when Wakefield comes set, how he kind of bounced it. It's just something you do different against a pitcher or a pitch that you don't see all the time.
Another pop-up. The Yankees had a runner at second, nobody out, and do not score. They have stranded 3. We go to the bottom of inning number 3. It'll be Nixon, Miller, and Mirabelli coming up for Boston here in Game 4. No score.
Did you see who took your sister? You were
This November.
Can you track him?
Yeah, he could track him. How far would you go to get back what you've lost?
Go home, you understand?
You have to kill me first.
Tommy Lee Jones, Kate Blanchett, from director Ron Howard. Missing, rated R.
Starts November 19th in New York and LA. Opens everywhere November 26th.
Philly cheesesteak pizza. No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's Pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
How about something with a pool?
A hunting lodge. Kids will love that. How about something with a pool?
Lots of photos. Another way Expedia helps you find the hotel that's right for you.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamond, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you got to go talk to your doctor.
See your doctor and find out if Viagra's right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
Applebee's Take Two is back.
One can have a dream, baby. Two can make that dream so it takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Make a dream come true.
Applebee's Take Two.
Just take two.
Choose 2 of your favorite entrees for 1 mouth-watering plate.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
From executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
Why does it matter who our parents are?
Comes a provocative new series that critics are calling madly entertaining at every burning turn.
I want you.
His father is the district attorney.
Let's take him down.
Skin, the series premiere 1 week from tonight on Fox.
Trot Nixon first up for Boston here in the 3rd inning, and Messina misses low for ball 1. It will be Nixon, Miller, and Mirabelli. One of the all-time great broadcasters and people in attendance here today, the beloved Kurt Gowdy.
The cowboy.
From Wyoming. That beautiful voice of his. Long-time voice here as Nixon takes on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trot so far is 3 out of 9 in this ALCS. 5 for 19 with that dramatic Game 3 home run in the division series against Oakland. Hard hit, base hit. And the leadoff man is on. The best view of tonight's game is from the Hood Lightship. Hood Dairy will donate $300 to children's hospitals throughout New England for every home run, double play, and strikeout made by the Red Sox during the ALCS here at Fenway. And we thank them for joining us tonight. Much better night weather-wise. What a difference from last night. It was pouring, and the irony of it all was the second they called it, it stopped raining and didn't rain another drop the rest of the night. But the field was unplayable. Today was beautiful. Here's Bill Miller. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Miller, the batting champ, If you haven't looked at the numbers in the postseason, has a total of 4 hits. 4 out of 30. Batting in the number 8 spot. So they've got the batting champ who's struggling at the plate. And they've got their best known hitter in Garciaparra, historically a great postseason hitter, who hasn't driven in a run. And yet here are the Red Sox, 3 wins away from getting the World Series for the first time since 1986.
What American League pitchers try to do, go up the ladder with 2 strikes to Miller.
Check swing on a pitch inside, still 0-2.
Mike Messina is not the type pitcher that relies on a high fastball, but there are an awful lot of American League pitchers who try to pitch Miller up here in the zone with 2 strikes and make him chase.
Messina with 3 strikeouts tonight. Up and out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wide, it's 2-2. Just outside, full count.
In the last 2 games, with a count 3-2 on 2 different hitters, Grady Little has elected to send the runner. Both have been strike him out, throw him out, and one was Bill Miller in game 3.
Nixon's running. Miller strikes out, throw down. Nixon is gone. It's happened to the Red Sox for the 3rd time. Grady Little says the difference between in this series and the regular season, we were making contact. In the ALCS, a lot of this and a lot of that at the other end.
You think about the probabilities of the Red Sox doing it 3 times in a row, twice with Bill Miller, a contact hitter. Indication of how hard Mussina has been throwing. An easy out as Trot Nixon is tagged out by Soriano.
Now Mirabelli with the bases empty. Ball 1. Mirabelli during the regular season hit .258. As we said, he was predominantly the catcher every time Wakefield's name came up. Into center field. That's a 2-out hit. Damon's walking in, and we look ahead to tomorrow. We all look ahead to tomorrow. Baseball's postseason continues at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox with Game 5 of this series. David Wells against Derek Lowe. Then at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Game 6 of the NLCS. The Marlins try to avoid elimination when they take on Mark Fryer and the Cubs at Wrigley, looking for their first NL pennant in 58 years. Sports' biggest month of the year continues tomorrow only on Fox. Here is Johnny Damon. Ball 1. In July, all we kept hearing and talking about was this time it counts with the All-Star game. Well, it's about to count. The American League won. It would have been the National League's year to have home field advantage in the Fall Classic, but the American League won with the late heroics. How ironic would it be that the National League manager, Dusty Baker, had his hand in that whole thing? And we talked about it that night. It seemed like comparing the 2 managers, Dusty Baker was more, Yeah, I know it counts, but I still want to get everybody in the game. And you talk to Sosha, whose team was way out of it behind Seattle at that point, and he said, I'm thinking about matchups. I want Blaylock hanging around for Gagne, and wouldn't you know it, he saved him for the right spot. He ends up winning the game, and with that, if the Cubs were to get to the World Series, they would not have the home field advantage, as that's taken low to make it 3-0 on Johnny Damon.
Hank Blaylock with a 2-run home run off Eric Gagne. And back in May, Mike Mussina became the 60th pitcher in Major League history to strike out 2,000. Who was the victim? Hank Blaylock.
Here's a 3-0 to Damon. 3-1.
I think Hank's going to be looking for a playoff share from that American League team.
Yeah,
perhaps.
He's the one that would give either Boston or the Yankees home field advantage because of one swing. 3-1 pitch. Two perfect deliveries on the outside corner. It's a full count. Mirabelli will go from first.
Mussina's throwing harder, and he's sharper tonight.
Runner goes, strike 3 on the inside corner. 5 strikeouts tonight for Mussina. And with that, we sail into the 4th of game number 4. Yankees up 2-1 tonight. No score.
Do you have the right truck?
Hi. Black coffee to go.
Does your truck have better resale value than Ford and Dodge? A Silverado half-ton pickup does.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, is this your truck? What's it going for? What do you mean, what's it going for? Let me make you an offer. It's not for sale. What are you doing here? It's for sale. It's not for sale.
Silverado. It's the right truck from Chevy.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
There's something I gotta do.
Oh, yeah? What?
I love this woman! I love her!
What are you doing? Stop!
Okay, then I guess this will have to do.
Oh, my God. I love this man. I love him. I love him. I love him. Before you take Prilosec OTC for heartburn, there's something you should know. You have to keep taking it for 14 days, heartburn or not. I'd rather take one Pepcid just when I need it. Pepcid Complete starts controlling acid in seconds. Or there's new maximum strength Pepcid AC. It has double the strength of original Pepcid AC. Both last all day or all night. 1. Now, that's a number I can live with. Pepcid, just one, and heartburn's done.
Come into Sears now to find the lowest prices of the season on home appliances. So whether you need more spin in your spin cycle or more space in your freezer, we've got what you need. We have a better selection than anyone. That's why 2 out of 3 homeowners have an appliance from Sears. We'll match any price, plus give you 10% of the difference. And as always, get 0% financing for 6 months or free delivery on all home appliances over $3.99. So shop now at Sears to find the lowest prices of the season. Sears. Good life, great price.
The League Championship Series on Fox brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Chevy Silverado, it's the right truck. By Pepcid Complete, just one and heartburn's done. And by AT&T Wireless. Go to the game alone and take all your friends with you. Reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless. 4th inning already here in Game 4. No score, and Bernie Williams first up for New York. Yankees have had their chances so far. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Ball 1 to Williams. Posada and Matsui will follow. Red Sox have out-hit the Yankees 2-1. On the corner, 1-1. The old 75-mile-an-hour blazing fastball for strike 1.
It looks like about 175 when you're used to looking at knuckleballs. Pitch count on Mussina and Wakefield. Both have been rather thrifty.
1-1. Cervelli kind of snapping at that pitch. Doesn't get the call. It's 2-1. Bernie Williams has not gone deep in this postseason. Had surgery on the left knee during the year. He's jammed and fights one into center field, a base hit. Leadoff man is on for New York, and let's check in with Chris Myers.
Joe, you mentioned security increased at the top of the show. The Boston police have added what they call a squadron in that right field area. They have 2 different police officers in the bullpen, different from the other night on Saturday, because they are involved, those police officers involved in the investigation with Jeff Nelson and Kareem Garcia. Major League Baseball has added a security representative back there and a grounds crew member, an employee of the Red Sox, had to be approved by Joe Torre. He's different, of course, than the guy who was there Saturday. That was Paul Williams, who went to the hospital, who was given the night off, and no doubt he's watching on TV somewhere, waving a towel maybe when the Red Sox do something good.
First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Watching from center square somewhere out there, Paul Williams. So we have not heard the last of that. 1 on, nobody out. Leadoff hit by Bernie Williams. Posada struck out looking. With 2 on back in the first. 1-2.
You can see the grip and that dead movement. Once again, you don't want spin on a knuckleball.
One on, 1 out. 4 strikeouts for Wakefield.
Maybe in a political rally, but not a knuckleball.
I would bet Wakefield has probably had that hat that's on his head since maybe
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 99. I mean, he doesn't pitch hard enough to get a sweat ring on that thing.
They probably changed the hat from a P to a B. Released by the Pirates in 1995.
One on, 1 out. Most knuckleballers sweat milk. Not a lot of people know that, Brett, but they do.
Milk.
What is that?
We're speaking a different language up here. These guys are.
With 1 out, Matsui pops it up. Bill Miller, 2 out. Is Jello in a food group? Trying to hit a knuckleball is like trying to eat Jello with chopsticks. Sometimes you get a piece, but most of the time you get hungry. Says your former partner, Bobby Mercer.
Bobby Mercer signed with the Yankees originally as a third baseman, moved to center field, played for Ralph Houck. Then he moved to the Giants and the Chicago Cubs. And then back to the Yankees to finish a terrific career.
With 1 on, 2 out, Nick Johnson takes strike 1. Johnson struck out his first time. The Red Sox in the bottom of this 4th will have Walker, Garciaparra, and Manny Ramirez. He hasn't even left the bag.
Yeah, I mean, aren't you surprised at that? I mean, Bernie Williams is not an adventurous base runner. And he has had knee problems. His left knee operated on in May, but a knuckleball pitcher on the mound.
Wakefield just wants to air it out a little bit. Tired of flipping knuckleballs to the plate. He wants to use his fastball over to Millar at first.
That's the place to do it.
One ball, 1 strike. Asked Joe Torre about having to catch knuckleballers in his career. He said, I was so bad at it. They went out and made a trade and got Bob Uecker to do it. But you know, certainly better than I, Uecker jokes about it, but he was a tremendous defensive catcher. The 1-1 to Millar. And the inning is over.
Terrific defensive catcher.
Millar with a stop to his right. The big bats coming up for the Red Sox. In the bottom of the fourth, no score.
In my dream, I'm the world's greatest magician. But I've cut my best customer into pieces.
Pieces?
Well, where are my feet? Chop. Chop.
That's bad.
There's a bit of a problem. We can't put you back together.
That's worse.
What does it mean?
You have a customer integration problem.
Can I talk to a supervisor?
Philly cheesesteak pizza. No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak, guys like Domino's Pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
When quality matters, reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless.
I really wanted a new TV. You know, one of those big ones. So I turned to my Rent-A-Center again. I love their flexible payment options. That way, I get to pay them when I get paid. And I'll be owning this Philips widescreen in no time. My friends, my stuff, my Rent-A-Center.
Mention this ad and get 1 week free at Rent-A-Center. Call 1-800-205-2005 to connect with the store near you and ask for 1 week free.
Jack Bauer's greatest challenge
Someone's threatening to initiate an outbreak of a very deadly virus.
and his weakest moment
You were under for 6 months. I know what they did to you.
are about to collide.
Think you can hide it from me?
I'm warning you, don't go against me. They found a body that's been infected.
What happens next is on you, Jack!
Kiefer Sutherland, 24, premieres Tuesday, October 28th on Fox. Presented without commercial interruption by the next Ford.
Todd Walker first up, and he fouls this one down the left side, strike one. It'll be Walker, then Garciaparra, then Ramirez. For the Red Sox here in the fourth inning, trying to figure out Mike Messina. Walker flied out to left, his first time up. Outside, a ball and a strike. Tomorrow's starters we mentioned, Derek Lowe and David Wells. Talked to Wells before the game and asked him about that sore groin that he supposedly injured while getting out of the steps during Saturday's melee. He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, that's what they're reporting in the New York papers." He said, "Absolutely not. I have absolutely no trouble with it. In fact, he was ready to pitch last night, but pushed off until tomorrow after the rainout." There are the Game 5 starters tomorrow afternoon, 4 Eastern here on Fox. A strike, and it's 2-2 as Walker hops out of there. Derek Lowe, what a difference, home and road. At home this season, he won 11 of his 17 games, lost only 2, and an ERA of just over 3 as opposed to just over 6 on the road. So there's the break that the Red Sox catch with last night's rainout. 2-2 pitch to Walker. Fights it off.
And if it goes 6 or 7, John Burkett will start game 6, and Pedro Martinez will probably go against Roger Clemens in game 7.
Andy Pettit, for the most part, is being pushed back to game 6 at Yankee Stadium. At least, I say for the most part, at least that's the plan now. 2-2 delivery. Hammered. Deep right field. Back is DeLucci. The Boston Red Sox take the lead.
to Johnny Damon to end the third inning. Messina dropped down and threw a fastball. It surprised Damon. To Todd Walker, he dropped down, threw a fastball. No surprise. Pumped to right field.
The Red Sox record 5th home run in this postseason as Garcia Parra quiets the crowd with another out. 1 out.
Fastball right down the chute. All the home runs that Walker has hit in the postseason, I think he hit that one the farthest.
The last one he hit was right in front of the pole at Yankee Stadium. That was interfered with.
Right in front of Josh Mandelbaum.
With 1 out, nobody on, here is Ramirez, who's 0 for 1. Strike 1. How about Walker? Hit 13 home runs for the entire regular season and has 5 in this postseason. A clunker to third for Boone. Tough play. We'll see what they rule it. Ramirez is on, nonetheless, with 1 out here in the 4th.
Aaron looked like he was trying to get to it before he took that tricky hop.
It did. It took a little bit of a funky hop on. It kind of delays right there and doesn't get it done.
E5. And his first error of this postseason, had 6 during the regular year. And it's 1 on, 1 out for David Ortiz, who struck out his first time. Here's another guy who isn't hitting. Ortiz came into this game hitting 100. A guy who helped carry this very good Boston offense in the second half of the season. He homered off Messina in game 1. Hard hit. What a play by Soriano. A 4-6-3 double play. That thing was tattooed, and Soriano made a good play to his left. The double play ends the 4th. The home run by Walker puts Boston on top. We go to the 5th. 1-0 Red Sox. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Watching alone at Fox 10, Arizona. Just watching alone. Ron McCann alone at Fox 10. Just to watch the best. Fox 10. Just to watch the best.
Be there first. Where no sports sedan has been before. The all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL. A higher form of performance.
Okay, Grandpa, so I want to visit Flick and ride Grizzly River Run and go see the castle and see Aladdin, and I want to see...
Whoa, slow down there, sweetheart. Grandpa's ears don't work too good anymore.
Come on, Mom. Perfect. Now, I want to see Minnie, and I want to
There's a
ride
whole new world of magic at the Disneyland Resort. Call 877-700-DISNEY.
It all ends today. Access to over 8,000 Chevy vehicles. The Valley Chevy Dealer's 6th semi-annual Giant 10 sale at the Peoria Sports Complex. Today only. Get $500 10 sale bonus cash on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. That's a total of $3,500 cash back on Trailblazer. Plus, get a chance to win a $500 giveaway every hour. Only 1 entry per person. The Giant 10 sale. It all ends today.
Look again. Look again.
It's Ford Truck Month, which means great deals for you on America's best-selling Ford Explorer. With an easy folding third-row seat that folds flat into the floor and an independent rear suspension for a smoother ride. An Explorer now comes with 0% financing for 6 years or up to $5,500 cash back. Look again during Truck Month. at your Arizona Ford dealer.
Where you been? Look again.
Tim Wakefield back to work with a 1-0 lead after the home run by Walker. First up is Aaron Boone. And he takes a pitch for ball 1. Boone fly to left. He's 0 for 7 in this series. On deck is DeLucci, and then back to Soriano. A wide strike. It's 1-1.
Tim Wakefield has just been sparkling for the Red Sox. No runs to the Yankees through 6 at Yankee Stadium. And now no runs through 4 here at Fenway.
2-2. Got out of trouble in the first inning, and since then has really settled down. That one squirts away, but Mirabelli will make the tag for the out. That's 5 strikeouts for Wakefield. Let's go back to game 1. Todd Walker. His 4th home run of this postseason. Right in front of the pole. The hand of Josh Mandelbaum shoots in front of the pole. And then tonight, a beautiful picture of this moonshot that settles into the seats beyond the right field wall. DeLucci takes a strike. Kareem Garcia, who injured his left hand during that altercation out of the bullpen, is in line to play tonight if needed. Joe Torre says he is playable if they need to use him in this game, but he wanted to go with DeLucci because he thought he might be more patient. And he has only the 3rd hit of the night for the Yankees. He's on with 1 out here in the 5th. Here's Soriano.
That looked to me like a fastball, and Wakefield was ahead in the count, 0-1. Normally, he will not throw that fastball unless he's behind. And it was. Tried to sneak a fastball by DeLucci, and David pounded it to right.
I would say in most circumstances, most hitters, they're going to take that pitch. That's the last thing they're expecting.
1 on, 1 out. Soriano at the plate. Way out in front.
I know I'm taking it. Timmy, you?
Oh, yeah.
Can you remember back then?
Well, you're harsh.
Yeah. Remember back then.
I know.
Way back when.
It's been a couple years.
Way back.
Let's go back to the Grand Slam.
More than a couple.
How long did you play, Tim?
19 years.
A long time.
1 on, 1 out. No balls, 1 strike. Another base hit, this time pulled into left. Ramirez gets it on 2 hops, and here are the Yankees with another chance.
That was a rolling knuckleball right there. It's very difficult sometimes to tell that pitch, but there was no bounce to that knuckleball. It was a roller.
But that's the only one you're going to get. I mean, that one that's dancing, at best you're usually going to foul it off.
Right. Hit it off the end of the bat. Hit it off the trademark.
Oh no, the knuckleball, I usually just square it up into the night. No problem. Don't bring up my stats against Wakefield though.
Jeter is 1 for 2. He bats with 2 on and 1 out. Tying run at second here in the 5th. Ball 1.
Timmy, 21 years you played. I had to do some research on you.
Okay.
In case I need it.
With 2 on, 1 ball, no strikes. DeLucci, the lead runner at second. Soriano on at first. Who would the Yankees rather have up? Second baseman was out of position on strike 1.
That's a dangerous thing to do with Derek Jeter. Walker over towards second base, worried about the steal. And Wakefield did not step off, and that hole in the right side was wide open for a guy who goes to right field a lot.
hits the bag. That is a base hit. Coming to the plate is DeLucci. It trickles away from Garciaparra. A 1-1 game, and the runners end up at second and third.
Off the trademark, Derek Jeter jammed and keeps the ball fair. That's what's unusual about this ground ball. It looked like it was going foul, foul. It's the bag over the head of Miller. And then Garciaparra, had he come up with it, he could have held Soriano to second base. Soriano stopped. DeLucci scores easily. Once it hits the bag over his head. Derek Jeter pointing to third. Very important base to which to get with one out.
Now it's second and third, one out for Giambi, and he takes ball one. Yeah, that's as big a part of the play as any. As that ball trickled away, Garciaparra had a chance to come up with it and hold the runners at first and second. He missed it, and the runners advanced to second and third for Giambi, who could put the Yankees on top for the first time tonight. Down the right field line. If it's fair, it's big trouble. It is a foul ball. Home run distance, but foul. Let's go back to the ball. It's a double for Jeter, and we look at the runners.
David DeLucci in the top of your screen. Now watch Soriano stop and then continue. The reason he stopped, he thought Garciaparra had a shot at the ball. The reason he continued was Garciaparra missed it.
I think actually Boston got a break by it hitting the bag. I think it's by Miller at third and goes down on the corner. So I think they might have got a break right there. Soriano might have been able to score.
Right.
So now second and third, one out, 1 ball, 1 strike on Giambi. Popped up. Shallow center field. Soriano tagging. Gaiman's throw coming to the plate. Soriano holds. 2 out. For 3 with runners in scoring position is Giambi tonight.
Damon does not have a strong arm, but he's just too shallow for even Soriano to score. He just can't take a chance with Bernie Williams coming up. Jeter looking at Soriano. He sees him tag. Then he tags Soriano with a fake break to draw the throw. Nothing doing.
Now it's second and third, 2 out for Williams, who has singled and walked. Ball 1 high, back to the swing. And mega slow-mo by Giambi.
It's the bottom part of the ball and just does not lift it enough to score the run.
Bothered by a sore left knee, that power knee, the backside, and it is killing him. He doesn't say much about it, but it has totally affected him getting the pitches and driving the ball in this postseason. Now second and third, 2 out, and a 1-0 pitch to Bernie Williams. A little bit high, it's 2-0. Posada waits to hit next. Three hits in the inning, an RBI double by Jeter to tie it. 2-1.
Soriano, the runner at third, explosively fast as Williams swings through the 2-0 knuckleball. Soriano ready to score on a short pass ball. Anything that squirts out of Mirabelli's reach, Soriano will try to score.
Three and 1. wide. The bases are loaded with 2 out. That's the first walk since the first and the third of the night for Wakefield. And it looks like Dave Wallace is going to come out and have a chat. What possibly can he say?
Try to stay on top of the ball. That's the only thing Dave told me that he tells Tim Wakefield. A lot of times when he drops down, he's away to left-handed batters. And when he has been wild this inning, it has been away to left-handed batters. It's a hard thing for a pitching coach to come over in the middle of the year, as Dave Wallace did, and try to tell his pitchers the same thing that the pitching coach that he replaced told them. Tony Cloninger with cancer had to step down. Tony with the team and doing well, very well.
Posada takes a strike on the outside corner. He didn't like the call. The numbers in this series: 3 RBIs for the Yankee catcher. Soriano at third, Jeter at second, Williams on at first, 2 out. Into left field, Manny Ramirez right there, and the inning is over. So the Yankees now have left 7. They do come up with a run on a double by Jeter. We're halfway through game 4, and the Yankees and Red Sox are tied at 1.
What makes Wendy's new home-style chicken strips so delicious? The strips or the sauces?
Big, all-white meat strips. They're the key. They developed the strips because of the sauces.
This chicken is so juicy, you can dip it in nothing.
Heartland Ranch, Deli Honey Mustard, or Spicy Southwest Chipotle. You call that nothing? They complete the package.
Did he just give you the complete the package line?
Those strips guys with their blonde hair and fancy suits.
Well, try Wendy's new home-style chicken strips and decide for yourself. It's better here.
Try to remember these 3 letters. Those 3 letters we just showed you, they represent over $600 billion in assets. They stand for the 3rd largest public company in the world, an organization that provides financial stability for 40 million customers. Did you remember those 3 letters? For crying out loud. AIG. Insurance, loans, retirement. We know money.
I'm registering for the wedding.
Hey, send her a picture of that one. Nothing says I love you like chrome pipes.
Be there with the most whenever minutes and a T-Mobile camera phone.
T-Mobile.
Get more.
With this computer, you can even edit and burn home movies on DVD.
That'll be great for the stuff we'll shoot on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where are you going? Rafting.
That's it, Larry. Good job, buddy.
Where's Bo?
Did I mention you can edit stuff out? That'd be good.
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Mike Messina goes back to the hill. Millar, Nixon, and Miller. If anybody gets on Mirabelli, the number 9 hitter. Millar struck out his first time 3 out of 14. With his only RBI of the postseason coming in this ALCS, he takes a strike. Here's another guy. He drove in 96 runs during the regular season. Hit 25 home runs. And this Boston offense has yet to put any consistent pressure in either one of the series against the opposition's pitching. That's out of play, strike 2. As we've said already a couple of times, this is a record-setting offense. Slugging percentage, on-base percentage. They got guys on. They had 8 guys drive in 80 or more runs. First time that's happened. They're having a tough time in October. Millar hops out of there, waiting for an 0-2 pitch from Messina. Good pitch down and in, and strikeout number 6 for Mike Messina. To look at it another way, we look at this Red Sox offense. 291 batting average, 961 runs, led the majors, major league records, total bases, extra base hits, slugging percentage, previous record held by the 1927 Yankees. And here they are in the postseason, hitting 190 with runners in scoring position coming into this game. Their only run tonight, a home run by Walker. Nixon hits one to deep center. Back is Williams, and the Red Sox are back on top.
Sometimes a hitter will leave the bench and say, I'm going to look for one pitch out over the plate, fastball, something I can try. A similar spot that Nixon won Game 3 of the American League Division Series against Oakland.
Strike one on Miller.
Fastball away. Messina hits Posada's glove, or at least it appeared that way. He would have until Nixon took over. Said, Jorge, I'll handle this one. Did he ever?
About the same spot where he won Game 3 of the division series.
Yep.
Straight away center. Miller slaps it one and fouls it, strike 2. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Messina. 7 on the night. Back to the home run. And a view from the top of the monster and left. Here's Mirabelli, who singled his first time up.
That is the 5th home run in this series given up by Messina to the Red Sox in just about 10 innings.
Gave up 21 during the regular season and 214 2/3. You look at recent history with Messina in this ballpark. His last 5 starts here, 4-0 with an ERA of 2.5. And it was a Friday night, September 2nd, 2001, when he pitched a 1-hit shutout and came awfully close to a no-hitter.
26 in a row until Carl Everett as a pinch hitter. Single to center field. Little jam shot to left center.
Mirabelli out in front, ball and a strike. Strike 2, and Messina can strike out the side here in the 5th. The Yankees will have Matsui, Johnson, and Boone in their half of the 6th. Hard hit, but Jeter stays down on it, and the inning is over, but not before Trot Nixon hits the 2nd home run of the night. Walker went deep first, and now Nixon here in the 5th, and with that, the Red Sox back out in front. It's 2-1.
Okay, so we've picked out the TV, the surround sound, and you already have the DVD player.
Right.
Okay, so my home theater question to you is this. Do you have a movie where stuff blows up?
It's all here.
Circuit City has all your favorite DVDs, all at great low prices. And we're the first place to go for new releases every Tuesday. Stop by Circuit City this Tuesday and pick up The Matrix Reloaded on DVD for just $14.99. Circuit City, we're with you.
We have a wireless family talk plan.
So do we. We share lots of minutes. We do too.
We never pay long-distance charges.
And we have rollover. We don't.
Only Singular has family talk with rollover. Unused anytime minutes, rollover month after month, so you're protected from overage charges months you talk more. Now add a line for only $9.99 and get up to 4 Nokia color screen phones.
We call it our... They're our minutes and we're keeping them. Plan.
Family talk with rollover. Another reason to come in and see why Singular fits you best.
Want to be a player? Monopoly Best Chance game starts Tuesday at McDonald's.
Come on in, Derek. Derek, this is the postseason. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Nixon goes deep in the bottom of the fifth. It's 2-1. Yankees have out-hit the Red Sox 5-4, but the Yankees 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Matsui takes a strike. Hideki is 0 for 2. He struck out. He's fouled out. Nick Johnson and Aaron Boone will follow. 0-2. Between innings, a long conversation between Joe Torre and Bernie Williams. 3 pitches and strikeout number 6 for Wakefield. Major League Baseball is giving away World Series tickets for life and other great prizes. Winning hologram numbers will be announced during games 1 through 4 of the 2003 World Series on Fox. Visit your local Radio Shack store for your chance to win.
I think Joe Torre may have noticed Bernie's lead over there. He's been on base 3 times. There was something odd about that lead he took in the first inning. And then after he singled in the 4th.
Yeah, you have to wonder. He's been on base all 3 times. He's had no trouble out in the outfield. Johnson takes a strike. It's 1-1. This crowd has yet to really get crazy here tonight in game 4, and that's, I think, indicative of the pressure that these Red Sox and their fans are feeling. Down 2-1. Daylight action tomorrow, and if necessary, a trip back to New York for 6, and again, if necessary, 7. Leading 2-1 tonight. 2 out.
Now Tim Wakefield drops down the first time tonight. See how that ball ends up in the heel of the glove of Doug Mirabelli. And getting back to the opening, Grady Little saying that the catcher's having a tough time catching it, the hitter's having a tough time hitting it, and both have been true.
And while you've noted it with Messina, there's Wakefield dropping down to a left-handed batter.
Yeah.
Typically, you'd see it right on right.
I think to start the game, you didn't see a lot of swing and misses. And I think now you're starting to see a lot of swings coming up empty.
A lot of air swings.
That means that thing's dancing pretty good.
Wakefield is in line and looking for his 8th strikeout. One and 2 on Aaron Boone, who is 0 for 8 in this series. Down the left field line, foul. From the top of the monster, hooking all the way and ending up foul. A 1-2. 2-2. Struck out the side. 8 on the night. A new career postseason high. Wakefield's doing his part. Red Sox back. Bottom of the 6th. Up 2-1.
Sweetheart, I miss you.
Miss you too.
What did you do today?
I played soccer.
Did?
For your most important calls, reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless.
We got a problem up here. Tower 12, weather's moving it.
Heading up.
Do you have the right truck? Does your truck have a Duramax diesel? Does it have an Allison transmission? Silverado. It's the right truck from Chevy. The most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Philly cheesesteak pizza. No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's Pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Standing on the corner, watching all the guys go by. Standing on the corner, giving all the guys the eye.
Old Navy painter's pants at a price that really turns heads, starting at just $20 for men.
Whether you won't find it tough to build beaters, Old Navy painter's pants go by.
En un día bueno, todo se ve relativamente fácil, que estás en comando de todo lo que está pasando en el terreno. Hoy es un día donde tú sabes que la victoria la puedes sentir. Pero esos son los días donde las cosas especiales pasan. I live for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox beginning October.
First pitch, Johnny Damon takes the ball. Top of the order for Boston. Damon, Walker, Garcia, Parra. 2-1 Red Sox. Bottom of the 6th. Opposite way. Had a good clip to it. Back against the wall. Caught by Matsui. Damon is 0 for 3 after a 3 for 4 debut in this ALCS on Saturday.
A click is the appropriate sound for a ball hit well. A little bit of an uppercut swing. He hit it well, but lifted it a little too much. And Matsui makes the play.
An edge, almost heel catch by Matsui out and left as Walker, who homered his last time up, takes a strike. Walker supplied the first run of the night back in the 4th inning. Yankees tied in the top of the 5th. Then Trot Nixon went deep to put Boston back in front. Huge swing. Strike 2.
That looked like a splitter. A pitch that Messina has been working on the second half of the season, going down. Normally, if you hit a fastball out of the ballpark, don't look for it in the same spot the next time up.
Still 1-2.
Although sometimes it's a good pitch, because as a hitter, you hit one out and you're thinking to yourself, next time up, he don't want to throw me that one.
That's right.
You throw me that same one, I might. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Messina struck out 7. Up the middle, a 1-out base hit. In-game box score for the Red Sox is brought to you by AT&T. Damon 0 for 3. Walker now 2 for 3, including that home run. And Garciaparra. These Red Sox fans waiting for Nomar Garciaparra to do something. Has not driven in a run in 35 at-bats in the postseason. 2 out of 15 in this series. And within the 2 out of 15, hasn't looked good in compiling the 2 out of 15. It's not as if he's been hitting into bad luck. And it's 1 on 1 out for Garciaparra with Ramirez on deck.
That is a fair point, because he has been getting under balls, been topping balls, hitting balls off the trademark. Not a question of luck. One thing the Yankees have done, too, is pitch to his aggressiveness. Pitch him off the plate. Only 39 walks and over 700 at-bats this year for Nomar.
There's another one in on the hands and off the trademark. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, his first time up tonight, an example of that. In off the plate, and watch how he pulls his hands in and pops it up.
As hard a shot as he's had in this series.
Right. This ball down a little bit over the back part of the plate. Crushed, but foul.
Runner at first, 1 out. 2-1 Red Sox in the 6th. Another strikeout for Messina. 8 on the night. And Garciaparra now 2 out of 16.
Pitching to his aggressiveness. Out of the strike zone. Knuckle curve.
Now 2 out for Manny Ramirez.
See that front hip leaving on that last swing by Nomar Garciaparra. Once that happens, tough to recover.
Ramirez 0 for 2. Reached on an error his last time up. Takes a high strike.
I think with the Nomar there, I mean, he's going through a tough time right now. He might not feel comfortable in the box. And yeah, he is probably the most aggressive hitter I've seen. But when you go bad, the one thing you don't want to do is lose that aggressiveness, because he knows he keeps going up there. He keeps getting his rips. Eventually, he's going to come out of it.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The numbers over his career say his aggressiveness is good.
Two-time leading hitter in the American League in '99 and 2000.
Came into game 1 of this ALCS as a .358 career postseason batter. Posada can't handle strike 2 as it squirts away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ramirez.
Very interesting that Joe Torre has Aaron Boone on the line at third base. Manny does not hit a lot of balls down the line. For the most part, when you see that with 2 outs, what Torre is saying, that he wants you to get 2 hits, not 1, to score the run.
Two and 2. David Ortiz, 1 for 11 on deck. Got him on the outside corner. 9 strikeouts on the night for Messina, and that sends this game 4 into the 7th inning. The Red Sox strand only their 2nd of the night. They lead it 2-1. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Just watching alone at Fox 10, Arizona. Just watching alone. Ron McGinn alone at Fox 10. Just to watch the best. Fox 10. Just to watch the best.
The Hyundai Elantra, a comparison. More standard features than a Toyota Corolla LE. All for over $1,900 less when comparably equipped. And only the Elantra is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner. Test drive the Hyundai Elantra, nicely equipped for just $11,939 at your Hyundai dealer. Don't waste money on a lease. Own a 2003 Elantra for just $176 a month through October 31st at your local Hyundai dealer.
All right, we need a name for our new chicken breast strips. Something that says these new chicken breast strips are real, like our old ones, but much bigger because they're sliced right from the breast. Bigger breasts. Real breasts. Big, plump breasts. Huge breasts. Don't go there, Phil.
You know you gotta live with this.
I know.
10th one of these I've done this week.
Doesn't surprise me.
What's your boyfriend gonna do when he sees this?
What do you think?
Ford Focus. It's a decision you can more than just live with. Now get a 2003 Focus with $3,000 cash back or 0% financing for 72 months at your Arizona Ford dealers.
Ooh, daddy likey.
If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
It all ends today. Access to over 8,000 Chevy vehicles. The Valley Chevy Dealer's 6th semi-annual Giant 10 sale at the Peoria Sports Complex. Today only. Get $500 10 sale bonus cash on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. That's a total of $3,500 cash back on Trailblazer. Plus, get a chance to win a $500 giveaway every hour. Only 1 entry per person. The Giant 10 sale. It all ends today.
7th inning now, and David DeLucci, the number 9 hitter for the Yankees, is first up. DeLucci's been on base twice. He's stolen a base. He's singled. He's scored a run. Soriano and Jeter will follow if anybody gets on Giambi. It's 2-1 Boston. Trying to even this series at 2-2. Walker. 1 out. Leadoff man is gone, and we check in with Chris Myers.
Joe, we talked about security. Tom Ridge, director of Homeland Security here, not for those purposes, in the area looking at colleges for his daughter, a self-proclaimed Philly and Pirate fan. But he said he watched Saturday's game, and he thought the 4th inning incident and the bullpen incident very regrettable. Said baseball doesn't need that. But he did say that Don Zimmer's tearful apology the next day he thought was a very important thing for all involved. He said it's nice to see people be accountable when they need to be.
Thanks, Chris. With 1 out, nobody on, Soriano steps to the plate. Been on base twice with a hit and a walk. And a little pop-up off the hands. Garcia Parra out to get it. 2 out. So far, we haven't heard really much of anything from Pedro Martinez after Saturday's events.
Nope.
And he has pretty much boycotted the media for the most part all season, and I know some are wishing and hoping for a statement from Pedro Martinez regarding Saturday's events, and so far that hasn't happened. Don Zimmer was so embarrassed and so disappointed by his own actions, he thought about leaving the whole scene on Saturday night. As a strike is into Derek Jeter.
I think Derek's in a position right now where the first 2 hitters swung at the first pitch, 2 outs, and he's, you don't want to give him that quick of an inning, so he's probably going to see him take a few pitches here.
A little pop-up. Miller, Mirabelli, and it's Bill Miller who comes in basket style to end the inning. A quick and easy. A 4-pitch top of the 7th inning against DeLucci, Soriano, and Jeter. Time to stretch here in Game 4. Red Sox still lead by 1.
This fall, something scary is happening.
Oh, man.
3 times the terror.
You heard about this videotape? The one where they do it on the boat and then in the bathtub? And he's like, hey, baby, I love you. And she, no, not that tape.
3 times the suspense.
What if the aliens could take over human bodies?
You'll never take me alive! Good work, sir! Scary Movie 3.
Where is my daughter?
I am your daughter.
Rated PG-13 in theaters Friday, October 24th.
Gina, check this out. I'm sitting next to your new boyfriend. Don't you just love your new boyfriend?
I do love him.
As long as you're happy.
Picture mail that talks from Sprint. At Sprint stores, choose from a wide selection of picture phones starting at $99.99. Share it when it happens.
Wow. Somebody's letting go today.
It's okay. I had Subway for lunch.
Subway, delicious low-fat sandwiches, so you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
It's okay. I had Subway.
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
Thanks for letting me bring Fifi.
Oh, anything for you, baby. I'd give you the moon, the stars, and the ultimate love potion. Ice cold Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Don't worry, I got him. Ooh. The business of beauty just took a very ugly turn.
Does this look like sailing to you?
Heroin's worth $250,000.
Nip Tuck, all new this week, only on FX.
The League Championship Series on Fox, brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. In what was, I think, a necessary and a classy move by the Boston Red Sox organization, and Tim Wakefield in particular, he recorded this, I guess you could call it, public service announcement that was played before the game here at Fenway Park.
On behalf of the players on your Boston Red Sox, we ask you to show your enthusiasm, support, and good sportsmanship throughout the game tonight, and also to respect the visiting team and its fans. We want to focus on good baseball and on these games that we are all looking forward to.
And now highlights from Tim Wakefield, who not only tried to get the crowd in the right move with those words, but he has his Red Sox in a good position, up 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. A career high for postseason strikeouts in a game with 8. And he has been dazzling tonight for Boston, but just as good, really, has been Messina, who's needed only 77 pitches to get through 6 innings. But he's allowed 2 home runs, 1 to Walker, 1 to Nixon, and he's on the short end of a 2-1 score.
I think the key to that is there has been 2 home runs, but they've both been solo shots. Keeps his team in the game.
Ortiz first up, then Millar, then Nixon. Ortiz bounced sharply into a double play his last time up, struck out his first time. Homered off Messina in game 1. 0-2.
So many ways that Messina can go. Now to Ortiz, as Grady Little talks to Tim Wakefield. He also talked to Doug Mirabelli. I mean, he hit a 4-pitch 7th inning, 3 up, 3 down. So I would suspect he'll be back out there in the 8th inning.
And nobody warming up for the Red Sox in their bullpen. That's just wide, 1-2. And on the other side, the Yankees, should they grab a late lead, Mariano Rivera is available for 2 innings here tonight. Wouldn't have been last night, but with the rain and the rain out, he is set for 2 if the Yankees get that opportunity. 1-2 to Ortiz. Good pitch. Fastball ties him up. That's 10 strikeouts for Messina. Our Sprint Virtual Manager question was, who was most responsible for Saturday's melee in the 4th inning? And the answer was Pedro Martinez. By your votes, 53%. By logging on to foxsports.com or using your PCS Vision phone from Sprint. Zimmer came in 2nd. There's 3rd. And bringing up the rear with 13%, Roger Clemens, who, if he had any responsibility in it, it came from reputation and history, but he did absolutely nothing but keep his emotions under control, his game in check, and pitched brilliantly for the victory his last time ever here at Fenway Park. With 1 out, nobody on, Millar takes ball 1.
I've always thought that term, and most people in and around baseball think that term, being a captain, is kind of a strange term. Captains are for football, perhaps basketball or hockey, but baseball, it's an odd term. But Derek Jeter showed that last night by keeping Clemens out of everything, going up and standing in front of him, or last night, 2 nights ago. Derek Jeter's long been the leader of this ball club. Named the captain of the Yankees in May.
Here's a 2-1. 3-1. The time that was really thrust on Joe Torre. That designation by George Steinbrenner. Basically naming Derek Jeter the captain. Couldn't have picked a better guy. Here comes a 3-1 pitch with 1 out, nobody on. Millar took ball 4. Messina wonders where that missed. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th here. Let's check in with Jeannie Zelasco.
Let's talk about a former Yankee, a large part of the reason the Marlins are on the map in October. Mike Lowell, he got the fish off the hook, and now the series goes swinging back to Chicago. Another chance for the Cubs to clinch. A full slate on Fox tomorrow. Yankees and Red Sox, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, followed by the Cubs and Marlins with a World Series on the line.
Mark Pryor will be on the mound for the Chicago Cubs. Carl Pavano will be making the start for the Marlins. Here's Trot Nixon, who homered to center his last time up. He's 2 for 2. You can see Posada pointing to the right side of the field before that pitch was delivered, and Messina eventually stepped off.
I think what happens is Posada saw Millar right there. You could see him checking, and now he tells Messina to check Millar. Don't let him get off of there and take a walking lead. You don't want to tell your pitcher that when he's in his stretch, because you could cause a balk, but make sure you tell him before the signs are delivered.
Nixon, 28 home runs during the regular season, 2 in the postseason, both here at Fenway. What a save by Posada. Keeps the double play in order as he got enough of a glove on it to keep it at the plate.
Yeah, that was a terrific play by Posada. Very difficult going to his right, trying to square up to keep the ball out in front of him. Sharp breaking knuckle curve. Nicely done by Posada.
Now Mel Stottlemyre, the pitching coach for the Yankees, in what could be his final year in that position for New York, is out to talk to Mike Messina.
Mel said he would decide whether to come back as the pitching coach of the Yankees over the winter.
Little meeting on the mound with Nixon at the plate. Best view of tonight's game is from up above the Hood Lightship. Hood Dairy will donate $300 to children's hospitals throughout New England for every home run, double play, and strikeout made by the Red Sox during the ALCS at Fenway Park. Tonight, the Red Sox have hit 2 home runs. Wakefield has struck out 8. The Red Sox have turned 1 double play as Felix Heredia, the left-hander, gets loose for New York. Red Sox hitters might go out and help carry Heredia into the game if the Yankees are willing to take Messina out. A 1-0 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Thought Messina caught a break there. That ball did not look like it was on the plate. May have been a splitter. Posada sitting away. Nope, I take that back. A little front corner action there. Sometimes a catcher will catch it off the plate, but it hits the front corner.
1-1. Millar doesn't run much and doesn't run all that well. 3 out of 5 in the stolen base department, in case you're wondering. The Yankees seem awfully bothered by Millar over at first. Red Sox have not had much, if any, luck with the running game in this series. Nixon goes the opposite way. Deep into left field and off the monster. Millar will end up at third. Hold there on a double by Trot Nixon.
That is a terrific play by Hideki Matsui, who deked Kevin Millar by making it appear that he was under the ball. Otherwise, Millar takes off and perhaps could score. Check him out right there. Now he turns around at the last minute, and that throw home holds Millar to third base.
All Millar could do after the play was hang his head over at third base.
Yeah, right.
Because he knew he'd been had.
This stops Millar right there. Now by the time he resumes speed, too late to score. Good play by Matsui.
Ball almost left the park. It's a double, and they're going to walk Bill Miller with Mirabelli on deck.
If you're going to pinch hit for Mirabelli, you have to take Wakefield out of the game. One would assume. And I thought initially that There was movement in the Boston bullpen.
Well, Veritek, while he doesn't catch Wakefield during the regular season, caught only 2 of his innings, pitched over 200 innings, has caught Wakefield, and according to Grady Little, can catch Wakefield. So if they want to pinch hit, that option is certainly there. And here comes Veritek jogging out of the bullpen with all eyes on him. He's coming in to hit.
He needs a U-Haul for all that stuff. He's got shin guards on and a bag full of equipment. There's a golf cart when you need it.
So Veritek caught the attention of these fans. They're standing and applauding. And Mirabelli, it appears, will be lifted for a pinch hitter, and there is no action for the Red Sox out in their bullpen. But Mirabelli is not coming to the plate. They're waiting for Veritek, so Mirabelli is finished, going 1 for 2.
What's amazing to me is if the Yankees don't have that meeting at the mound, does it give Veritek time to even get ready to hit?
Got a long way to go. Well, the reason that the Red Sox are in this situation was that play by Hideki Matsui. Yastrzemski, there was nobody better at playing the monster than Carl Yastrzemski. But Matsui has learned in a hurry. Watch him go back and appear. He squares up. He appears. He even looks at second base. That holds Millar for a second, allowing Matsui to get the ball back in time to hold Millar at third.
And not only deking him, but putting himself in a position to make a good play on the ball.
Yeah, that's right.
If that ball gets away from him at all, Millar would have scored. But it took a bounce directly over his head, and he was there to make the play to hold Millar at third. Now after the intentional pass, it's bases loaded, 1 out, and Veritek, after that long run in from the bullpen, is finally ready to hit.
Call a pinch hitter in from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 1 out from the stretch. Veritek, who has come up with so many important hits for the Red Sox over the years, has been rock solid also behind the plate as their catcher. To the left side. Out at second. Safe, and a run scores. It's 3-1.
Terrific play by Derek Jeter to even make it close. Veritek perhaps getting down the line faster than he's ever run.
That was a great. Watch this.
Ooh, very close. Very close.
And with that, Joe Torre is going to make a pitching change. The lefty Heredia coming in. Another look at the play at first. Called safe. A run is on the board in this 7th. It's 3-1 Boston.
Program in the 1st, $4.
Summer wind.
Snacks in the 4th, $25.
From across the sea.
A soda at the end of the 7th, $3.
It lingered there.
Friday night, no TV, DVDs, or video games. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball.
Wireless troubles?
My phone works here, not there. Same with voicemail, email.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete all-digital advanced wireless network in the nation. and all the calls are clear.
So everything works.
And this will never happen again.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
We do things as a team. It's the difference between 6 yards and 6 points.
For a coach who lives to win,
Full speed!
sometimes you've got to break the rules.
See the young man over there? Goes by radio. He's going to be helping us out for a while.
This Saturday night, experience a special sneak preview that will leave you cheering. Radio, rated PG. Special sneak preview this Saturday. Opens everywhere October 24th.
Say aloha to a great new taste from Papa John's.
Introducing 2 new pizzas with a zesty barbecue taste. Papa John's new barbecue chicken and bacon pizza. And our new Hawaiian barbecue chicken pizza with the added taste of juicy pineapple. Try Papa John's new barbecue chicken and bacon pizza or Hawaiian barbecue chicken pizza. Your choice, just $10.99. Call us now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Johnny Damon dealing with Felix Heredia. And the first pitch misses, ball 1. We've had looks at that play at first base, and it certainly appears that Joe West, longtime big league umpire, the first base umpire got the call correct.
Right.
Veritek's foot just beating the throw to first on the relay from Soriano. It's 3-1. Damon, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the most definitive look at it, and you'll see the foot on the bag before the ball is all the way in the glove of Nick Johnson.
Joe West getting a little help from Jason Veritek.
Runners at the corners, 2 out. A 1-1 to Damon. Strike 2. For those of you just joining us, this is game 4. Red Sox down 2-1, but up 3-1 in the 7th inning. Brilliant pitching tonight from both starters, Wakefield and Messina. Messina's given up a couple of home runs and 1 run here in the 7th, thanks to a double and a walk, then an intentional pass, and an RBI force out hit by Veritek. Now the 1-2. Veritek's trapped between first and second with an eye on the runner Nixon. Nixon coming to the plate. Now he's in a bit of a rundown. Throw to third, tagged out, and the inning is over. So with 2 strikes on the hitter, Veritek wandering off the bag. Don't know if the Red Sox are trying to steal a run there or Veritek just went too far. We've played 7 in game 4, and the Red Sox now lead by 2.
Now this is big.
Now's the best time to buy wireless phones and accessories during the big sale at Radio Shack.
It's so big. It's
the LG VX6000 camera phone. Take, send, and personalize pictures. Just $149.99 after a $50 Radio Shack mail-in rebate.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
The big sale. Now at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
I got a question for the folks at Radio Shack. Who's in charge of spelling around here?
Check it out.
We have the backyard! Look!
You okay?
Yeah. It's my first backyard, too.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
The new smooth-riding Mitsubishi Endeavor. It's perfect for families. But who needs to know?
He relies on it. She relies on it. More and more people every day count on Verizon Wireless, the company that gives you America's largest, most reliable wireless network. And now you can also get unlimited night and weekend minutes to use coast to coast when on an America's Choice calling plan.
Plus, you'll find a great selection of cool Motorola phones on sale now, so you can stay in touch with all the people you know. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Come in now for TGI Friday's double glazed ribs. They're basted with our rich Tennessee glaze, then finished with Friday's tangy barbecue sauce. Tear into double glazed ribs. Only at Fridays.
Two families.
District Attorney Thomas Rome vowing...
Noted adult entertainment mogul Larry Goldman.
Driven by ambition.
Why does it matter who our parents are?
Divided.
His father is the district attorney.
By forbidden love.
I want you. Let's take him down.
From executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
Can you imagine the press gets a hold of this?
Comes a provocative new series.
Tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Skin premieres 1 week from tonight on Fox.
Part of the order for the Yankees here in inning number 8. That means Giambi, Williams, and Posada. And after having the pinch hit from Mirabelli, Jason Varitek stays in the game. He does the catching. He caught only 2 innings this season with Wakefield on the mound. That came right at the end of the year. Otherwise, of the 202-plus innings, Mirabelli caught 200 of them, as Embry and Timlin are both loose and ready in the Red Sox bullpen. That's wide. 2-1 on Giambi, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Giambi hit into tough luck in the first inning, lining into a double play with 2 on and nobody out. 3-1.
That was a superb play by Jorge Posada to keep this game a 2-run game. And a little strange that that particular type of play would have been pulled off with Johnny Damon, the batter, a guy who has enough speed to get an infield hit in that situation to score a run.
Low for a leadoff walk. 4 walks in this game by Wakefield.
Here's that play once again. Millar goes halfway and stops. The one thing Posada does, he doesn't throw the ball too quickly. Takes a couple of steps, then a strong throw to second base. Soriano looks at Millar, and now he sees Nixon running. He throws to Posada, and now Posada gets rid of it quickly. And they tag out Nixon at third base. That's about as well done as you could do it right there.
Tim Wakefield is being lifted, and he is glaring at the home plate umpire Cousins as he exits here in the 8th.
A truck like this isn't built in a factory. It's built in the farms and fields, concrete streets and construction sites that map the landscape of an entire country. Because when Ford builds the new F-150, there are promises to keep. And only one truck earned the right to be the next F-150. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Check it out.
We have a backyard, Look.
You okay?
Yeah. It's my first backyard, too.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
You're all gonna die.
Hello? Is anybody home?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Philly cheesesteak pizza.
No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's Pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Mike Timlin is into the action here in the 8th inning after a leadoff walk to Giambi. And Timlin this postseason has been perfect for the Boston Red Sox out of their bullpen. And for a bullpen that struggled much of the season, overall this postseason, the bullpen for the Red Sox has a 0.79 ERA. Wakefield was furious when he saw Grady Little come out of the dugout to pull him, either with the decision to take him out or with a home plate umpire, Darrell Cousins, on what was a close 3-2 pitch. It was called ball 4. Giambi is on, and Bernie Williams is at the plate. 3-1 Boston in the 8th. And a shot into center field. Back is Damon on the run. 1 out. And Bernie Williams can't hit it much better than that.
Johnny Damon can track them down and catch a fly ball as well as any center fielder in the American League. Playing relatively shallow. A nice play by Damon. Bernie Williams did not get the lift on that ball. Otherwise, this game's tied.
Now Posada. So even with the switch hitters, and then Matsui and Johnson, Grady Little puts his faith in Timlin, the right-hander. Crowd on Posada for his role in what went on here on Saturday afternoon in the war of words from the Yankee dugout with Pedro Martinez on the mound.
Posada with power to left field. That's dangerous in this ballpark. The monster looming.
1 on, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wakefield with 7+ mesmerizing innings. And now it's Timlin out of the bullpen throwing mid-90s. He has Posada set up at 1 and 2. Off the hands. Chance to turn 2. The flip to Timlin. Out number 2. Down to second is Giambi.
Nicely done by Kevin Millar. He gave the ball to Mike Timlin in time to find the bag. One thing a first baseman wants to do, get it to your pitcher quickly, catch it, and then find the bag.
Show up in mid-February in spring training to work on that play, and here in mid-October, Timlin and Millar get a chance to use it. Now with the left-handed hitting Matsui at the plate. Giambi's at second with 2 out. Timlin's a guy who's been in the World Series way back when Wakefield was starring for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 92 and 93. Timlin was pitching for Toronto. Won a ring both years. With 2 out, Matsui. Ball 1.
Toronto beat the Atlanta Braves in 1992. and the Philadelphia Phillies on the home run by Joe Carter off Mitch Williams in Game 6 of '93.
The opposite way into the corner, slicing. It is foul. And a bad break for the Yankees. That ball leaves our view down there. And it was called foul by Terry Kraft.
Tailing into foul territory. About 2 feet or so. There's now but 2 feet down there, right, Brett?
If you keep that ball out of the stand, it's tough to hit a foul down there.
It is.
That area down left, there's no room down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 on Matsui, who's 0 for 3 tonight. But that was against the knuckleball work of Tim Wakefield.
Veritek setting up inside, then jumps outside, just in case that runner, Jason Giambi, is giving location at second base. A lot of catchers will set up late, but Giambi will bounce back and forth. The criticism of that is not giving your pitcher a firm target from the get-go. Bouncing around in itself is not conducive to a controlled pitcher.
Veritek out to talk about this 2-2 pitch. Tying run at the plate for New York. Getting over.
May I say one thing?
Ebert and Roper give Kill Bill 2 thumbs way up. Rolling Stone raves, wildly funny and inventive.
I am home, baby. How was school?
And Newsweek declares it's astonishing.
No kidding.
Now, if any of you've got anything else to say, now's the time!
Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. Rated R. Now playing everywhere.
It's the winning season for the Hyundai Sonata. Protected by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Loaded with standard features like dual front side impact airbags. But the Sonata costs $2,100 less than a Toyota Camry LE when comparably equipped. And now get an extra $1,500 cash back. The Hyundai Sonata starting at just $14,539 after $1,500 cash back. You're the winner at the Hyundai Winning Season Clearance. Going on now at your Hyundai dealer.
Inside that robot is something familiar, a battery. And while you may think all batteries are the same, listen to this. It's just the rain, but with his Phonak hearing aid, he's hearing it for the first time. And when Phonak chooses a battery, they trust Duracell.
You heard the rain.
So whether it's a child's hearing or child's play, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
When Taco Bell first created the Zesty Chicken Bowl, we thought we'd freshly prepare them right at your table. We still freshly prepare them, just not at your table. The Zesty Chicken Bowl. Tender slices of grilled all-white meat chicken, seasoned rice, 3 cheeses, crisp lettuce, and fiesta salsa. Made right when you order it, so it tastes even better. For fresh-made taste, think outside the bun.
The League Championship Series on Fox is brought to you by Radio Shack, official sponsor of Major League Baseball. By MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Duracell, trusted everywhere. And by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phone. They just finished singing Sweet Caroline. as that first pitch was brought home from Heredia to Johnny Damon here at Fenway. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Again, trying to steal a run were the Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Posada played it perfectly, and Damon was left standing at the plate. Here he is to lead it off. Strike 2. Just missed. 2-2. Kind of an answer chant from what we heard at Yankee Stadium after game 2. We want Pedro. The fans here chanting, we want Nelson, who was involved in that fight in the bullpen on Saturday in the 9th inning. Damon sticks it out and pokes it to Jeter. Let's check in with Chris Myers.
Fans chanting, we want Nelson, meaning Jeff Nelson, who was involved in that altercation in the 9th inning. We went out earlier in the right field bullpen area to get a sense of the mood, where the fans are very close, and I would call it controlled passion. They certainly are cheering Jeff Nelson, whose nickname is Nelly. They were calling him other names, of course, but it's worth pointing out, by the way, that there were no fan arrests inside Fenway on Saturday. That can't be said for players, at least at this point. Joe?
Well, everybody waiting for tomorrow, with today being a holiday. No summonses issued yet, but people around here expect there to be, as Todd Walker is drilled by Heredia.
And that's going to get Jeff Nelson in the ball game with Garciaparra coming up. Todd Walker hitting the small of the back. Here comes Nelson to Garciaparra. Excuse me, Joe.
Just going to say, here in Fenway, they want Nelson. They get Nelson here with 1 on, 1 out in the 8th.
Okay, so we've picked out the TV, the surround sound, and you already have the DVD player.
Right.
Okay, so my home theater question to you is this. Do you have a movie where stuff blows up?
It's all here. Circuit City has all your favorite DVDs, all at great low prices. And we're the first place to go for new releases every Tuesday. Stop by Circuit City this Tuesday and pick up The Matrix Reloaded on DVD for just $14.99. Circuit City, we're with you.
Want to be a player? Monopoly Best Chance game starts Tuesday at McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Another rollback. Just to save you even more. Walmart. Always low prices. Always.
Over the last 10 years, Fox NFL Sunday has been America's #1 pregame show.
I think that might be one of my favorite outfits.
Somebody come in and stop my head!
This isn't exactly what I expected.
Fox NFL Sunday, this week, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Up above the view of tonight's game from the Hood Lightship, Hood Dairy will donate $300 to children's hospitals throughout New England for every home run, double play, and strikeout made by the Red Sox in this ALCS at Fenway Park. Down below, this crowd gets riled up after Todd Walker is hit by a pitch. Damian Jackson comes in the game. He'll do the running at first and take over at second. And then with the introduction of Jeff Nelson, who was involved with Kareem Garcia in that fight in the bullpen here on Saturday night in the 9th inning, Nelson is into the action, a guy that the Yankees reacquired, traded Armando Benitez, who they had picked up from the Mets August 6th, to get Nelson back. And so far, Jeff Nelson has recorded 1 out in this ALCS. Jose Contreras is more or less taken his main setup spot, getting to Rivera in the Yankee bullpen. Garciaparra at the plate, hitless tonight. And now Grady Little, I mean, even before that pitch was caught, Grady Little was out of the dugout. He has seen Walker get hit, and he's going to say something about that pitch inside to Garciaparra.
You know, I think he may be talking about making Jeff Nelson stop, because Nelson is almost in his motion to come home before he comes to a full stop. That's his style. Brett, as a teammate, you know that.
I think you're right on with that. I don't think, you know, obviously in this position, when you talk about getting hit, Jeff's not trying to hit anybody. He's trying to get these guys out. So I think, Timmy, you hit it right on the head, because Jeff has that a very subtle stop, and they're discussing that.
Well, you see where it is. It's so high.
We're discussing that. That's what we think it is.
Yeah, right, right.
It's interesting.
I don't understand this, though.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that if that point is brought up, why 3 umpires have to get together to go tell Nelson if that's the case.
Good point.
Tim McClellan came in, Joe West came in, and you've also got a veteran, Darryl Cousins, the home plate umpire.
Well, if Nelson, if that is the case, if Nelson comes to a stop around the shoulders, he has to do it every time. Yeah, this is no delayed balk would ever be called, but maybe it's something other than that. Evidently it is.
And Joe Torre is going to go out and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Now they're looking at his belt. Remember, the Yankees and Joe Torre hassled Timlin the other day, and maybe in gamesmanship and giving one back to the Yankees, they're checking the belt of Jeff Nelson.
I don't think I've ever seen that check. But
so forget the stopping.
Yeah,
they're looking to see if he's cheating.
Right. Now they check the glove, Tim McClellan.
We got some gamesmanships going on.
I mean, literally, before that ball was caught by Posada, Grady Little was just waiting for one pitch to be thrown, and he was going to come out and have the umpires check the equipment of Jeff Nelson. If he was tipped off on something, or if it's just a little payback, or if he really believes that Nelson is doing something to the ball.
Or playing, there's Grady coming out of the Boston dugout right there. But maybe he's playing on the emotion of what happened 2 days ago. First pitch way inside. Nelson, a very emotional pitcher. What could have been in the belt? The belt buckle?
Something to scuff the baseball?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Some sort of foreign substance?
Keep it inside your belt, you can't get to it.
Check on Jackson 2 times in a row.
That was close to a balk. When you throw to first base, you have to step over, and that was a wheel move. Very close to a balk. Nelson does not have a good move to first base.
His body language is awfully interesting here as he deals a strike in at the knees to Garciaparra. Runner at first, Jackson. Garciaparra struggling at the plate. He has had success against Nelson in the past. 5 hits and 11 trips. Double play ball. Jeter to Soriano and on to first. So the frustration continues for Garciaparra. Nelson pumped up after getting out of this 8th, and now we go to the 9th. The Red Sox 3 defensive outs away from tying this series up 3-1.
You sit them in child safety seats. Chase them away from wall plugs. You don't let them swim without a buddy or until an hour after they eat. You bundle them when it's cold and come the instant they call. And if they ever need you, you'll always be there. Well, maybe not always. If you can't quit smoking for yourself, maybe you can for them.
Gotta call Napoleon your king!
There's not a moment to lose.
Master and Commander, rated PG-13, November 14th, only in theaters.
Chili's baby back ribs. To go.
I think it's going to be about a yard short. Bring it up 4th and 1.
Get in, get out, get on with your life.
Come into Sears now to find the lowest prices of the season on home appliances. So whether you need more spin in your spin cycle or more space in your freezer, we've got what you need. We have a better selection than anyone. That's why 2 out of 3 homeowners have an appliance from Sears. We'll match any price, plus give you 10% of the difference. And as always, get 0% financing for 6 months or free delivery on all home appliances over $3.99. So shop now at Sears to find the lowest prices of the season. Sears. Good life, great price.
Hey, kiddo.
Hey, Dad. What's this?
Help me stop smoking.
You're quitting. You're my hero.
I'm not a superhero.
Yeah, you look funny in tights. When do you start?
Now. This is gonna help me fight my cravings.
Cool.
Nicoderm CQ. Just one patch gives you a steady stream of medicine all day. You step down gradually until you're free.
I'm really proud of you.
You're not a superhero. You don't have to be. You've got Nicoderm CQ.
Jeff Nelson gets through the bottom of the 8th inning by getting Garciaparra to bounce into a double play. So now here we are with Boston on top by 2 runs, trailing this series 2-1, and they turn it over to the guy who has taken over as the closer, Scott Williamson. Williamson picked up from Cincinnati during the season. At one point was pitching so poorly there were questions as to whether he'd be even on the postseason roster. And now he has taken over a job once held by Byung-Hun Kim, who was also picked up during the season, picked up from the Diamondbacks. Down and in. Williamson got the save in Game 1, a 5-2 victory for Boston. Saved it for Wakefield as the Red Sox make a bid and try to beat Mike Messina for the 2nd time in this series. A guy they wanted and courted as a free agent before the Yankees signed him. 1-1 pitch. Just poured in over the inside corner, 1-2.
Williamson, the hardest thrower in the Sox pen, similar to Timlin, a couple of miles an hour faster as Damian Jackson stays in the game at second.
Nick Johnson on 1-2. The Red Sox 2 outs away from tying this series at 2.
A tightly wrapped slider disappears to Johnson.
Ruben Sierra is going to come off the bench and bat for Aaron Boone. So Boone, who is hitless in this series, 0 for 9, 0 for 3 tonight, watches Sierra dig in. DeLucci on deck. Williamson bailed out in Game 5 of the division series in Oakland. Trying to protect a one-run lead, walked the first 2 hitters in the 9th inning. Bailed out by Derek Lowe, who is the scheduled starter for tomorrow afternoon's game against David Wells. Coming up next, your late local news, except for those of you on the West Coast. A 1-0 to Sierra. Tim, you've talked about it before. You would do Sierra a favor if you went away from the fastball if you are Scott Williamson.
Yeah, Ruben Sierra's got that slider speed bat this late in his career. He's very effective with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, but not this one normally.
It's 1-2.
Low fire to Sierra.
Into right field, well hit. Back is Nixon at the wall to wave goodbye. That makes it a 1-run game. It's 3-2 in the 9th. Ruben Sierra gets it out of the park to right. And it's 3-2 here in the 9th inning.
Guess what? He caught up to it. A low fastball from Williamson. Actually right inside part of the plate. About belt high.
So Joe Torre pulled the right string by calling on Sierra. Now it's DeLucci. On the high fastball, he didn't go. Ball 1. So Sierra delivers in the pinch. And DeLucci is up with Soriano, who hit 38 home runs in the on-deck circle. One ball, one strike.
A little surprised Kevin Millar is that far off the line at first base. Now we have a 1-run ball game. A lot of room between Millar and the line.
Two and one. DeLucci, his first start, his first at bats of the postseason. Been on base twice tonight. The Red Sox this season, including the postseason, 9-39 when scoring 3 or fewer runs. 0-9 against the Yankees this year. They lead 3-2 here in the 9th with 1 out, nobody on, and a 2-2 count on DeLucci. From Wakefield to Timlin. Now Williamson.
Has 2 sliders for the 2 strikeouts, and the home run that Sierra hit was on the inside fastball.
I think early in Williamson's career, he used the split instead of that slider, and I don't know whether it's hurt his elbow or whatever, but he's gone strictly with the slider. I didn't see a split out of him at all this year.
Williamson, the Rookie of the Year back in '99 with Cincinnati. With 2 out, nobody on. Soriano. Strike 1. His manager then was Jack McKeon. who's watching in Chicago prior to Game 6 tomorrow night here on Fox. The Marlins and the Cubs. Game 4 here, and the Red Sox trying to even the series. 1 strike away.
Williamson in a position to get Soriano out with the ball away from the plate. Outside. No sense in throwing him a strike the next 2 pitches.
There's Veritek standing up, and it misses for ball 1 high. Mr. Clutch for the Yankees, Jeter on deck. Red Sox win Game 4, and the series is tied 2-2. Tim Wakefield, the winner in Game 1. Tim Wakefield moved up to Game 4 after the rain out last night. And now the Red Sox have evened this series, and they have Derek Lowe, who was 11-2 at Fenway Park this season, pitching tomorrow afternoon here in Boston.
Red Sox even the series tonight. Tim Wakefield with both wins, Game 1 and Game 4.
We will be back here tomorrow afternoon. A 4 o'clock start Eastern time here on Fox for Game 5. Let's check in with Chris Myers.
All right, well, the fans are hollering. We're with Tim Wakefield, his 2nd win here in 4 games. Congratulations, given the volatility of this series so far. How much did emotion play in this win tonight?
It played a lot. You know, being rained out yesterday, I think it got everybody just to cool down and just play baseball. And you know, my emotions got out of control there in the 8th inning. I apologize for that, but
you didn't want to come out.
No, what I knew I had 1 hitter. If anybody ever got on, I was going to be done, and you know, my emotions took over, and I apologize for that. But that's why we play this game full of emotion. This is a unbelievable crowd, and I'm just thankful that I can put this uniform on and go out there and compete every day.
What went through your mind in the 9th when Sierra homered and made it a 1-run game?
Well, I had confidence in Scotty that he could get the job done. I mean, Mike Tim did a great job in coming and getting me out of that jam when I got Giambi on base, and then you know, we had a 2-run cushion, so the home run didn't hurt us, and Scotty did a great job finishing it up.
The pitching against this Yankee lineup, the last win, I think it was 2 strikeouts. You had 8 strikeouts tonight. What was the difference in the knuckler from your point of view?
I felt like I was in the strike zone a little bit more, and I had a little bit more movement today than I did there. I had some movement there, but the bottom wasn't dropping out of it in New York, and it was today.
And they talk about, you know, Red Sox history. Did the weather, obviously it was a benefit for you guys. Somebody looking over you?
No, I mean, the weather doesn't really play a factor in me. It wasn't cold enough, but it was just perfect weather tonight. It was nice and cool.
But the rain out to give you the chance to start here.
Yeah, the rain out. I was going to start today no matter what, and I just wanted to give Berkey an opportunity to pitch in Game 6.
All right, so now it's all even. A thought on tomorrow afternoon here?
Yeah, let's go get him.
Okay, thanks for your time. All right, we appreciate it. Tim Wakefield joining us here. Let's go up to Joe Buck. Joe?
Chris, thanks. Red Sox win at a final of 3-2. The coordinating producer of Major League Baseball on Fox and the producer of today's game is Michael Weissman, the director, Bill Webb. Steve Horn assisting us up here in the booth, the tape producer Aaron Stoikov, the associate director Kathy Hunt, the broadcast associates Eric Billigmeyer and David Duvall, the VP of field operations Jerry Steinberg, our technical producer Dave Hill, the studio show produced by Gary Lang, directed by Bob Levy, and the coordinating producer of the studio show is Scott Ackerson, senior producer of Fox Sports Bill Brown, and the executive producers Ed Gorn and David Hill. Final score 3-2 Boston. They've evened this series at 2 games apiece. 2 big home runs tonight. One by Walker, one by Nixon. The pitching good enough for Boston. And they win it 3-2. The series is even. There's tomorrow's starter, Derek Lowe, pumped up for Boston. He'll be on the mound against David Wells. For Tim McCarver, Brett Boone, and Chris Myers, I'm Joe Bucks along from Fenway. Jeannie and Kevin Kennedy will be along after these words. Good night from Boston.
It began last summer.
He's not a criminal mastermind. He's a kid who has nowhere to go.
It became a sensation.
We want you to be part of the family.
Where it's going is anyone's guess.
You're sending me to a mental institution.
The OC is back on a new night with all new episodes.
We're always one mistake away from someone taking you from us.
The OC returns Wednesday, October 29th at 9 on Fox. These are just some of the good things America's critics are saying about Arrested Development. It's the fall's best new sitcom. Hilarious. The smartest and sharpest comedy of this or last season. The funniest new comedy on the fall schedule. The question is not so much will it make you laugh, as how long will it make you laugh. Now, in an effort to give everyone equal voice, these are some of the bad things people are saying. Exactly. Don't miss what everyone is calling the best new comedy of the year, Arrested Development. Premieres Sunday, November 2nd on Fox.
Just you watch. John Hook, Carrie Lake, the best news team in Arizona. Professional, passionate, driven. Just you watch the best. Fox 10 News.
Fox 10, just you watch the best.
Make room. Escalade and Escalade EXT. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Take advantage of 0% APR financing plus a $1,000 bonus offer toward any new 2004 Cadillac Escalade EXT.
It all ends today. Access to over 8,000 Chevy vehicles. The Valley Chevy Dealer's 6th semi-annual Giant 10 sale at the Peoria Sports Complex. Today only. Get $500 10 sale bonus cash on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. That's a total of $3,500 cash back on Trailblazer. Plus, get a chance to win a $500 giveaway every hour. Only one entry per person. The Giant 10 sale. It all ends today.
What do you know, Kevin? They got back to the business of baseball.
Tim Wakefield talked about the bottom dropping out of his pitches. He got Matsui right there, Nick Johnson. Here's what Timmy's talking about. That ball stays down right there. It falls off the table, and that's what he did tonight. 8 strikeouts, 7+ innings. Outstanding for Tim Wakefield. And then in the 5th inning, the difference in the ballgame. Trot Nixon, once again, fastball, out over the plate. Dead center field, second game-winning postseason home run for Trot Nixon. And now, Jeannie, as you know, we're all tied up.
And the first time that the Red Sox have won a Game 4 of the ALCS, and you actually touched on it yesterday, one of the first ones out of the gate to say advantage Boston after the rain out.
Yeah, because Tim Wakefield, he can pitch anywhere. He can pitch on no rest or 2 days rest, but the key is Derek Lowe pitching in Fenway Park where he pitches much better. Get that sinker going.
And how about hard luck Mike Mussina, winless in his last 6 postseason starts? Look good tonight.
Not enough run support. Posada, Matsui, Johnson, and Boone 0 for 15 with 10 strikeouts. In tonight's game, they left 10 men on base. Therefore, we got Derek Lowe. We talked about he's pitched well in the postseason, earned run average below 4. David Wells pitched great against the Minnesota Twins, but it's a day game tomorrow, and in Fenway, historically, he hasn't pitched well, except he has won his last 5 starts.
And maybe a question mark. He said he might have hurt his groin rushing out of the dugout during the melee.
Maybe Jeff Weaver gets in the ballgame, too. Mark Pryor tomorrow trying to finish it off with the Chicago Cubs. He's been absolutely dominant in the postseason. Carl Pavano, 2-0. Pitched very well in the postseason, gets first postseason start as the Cubs try to finish it off. They've got Pryor. Should that not happen tomorrow night, then they got Kerry Wood. It looks good for Chicago, but the Florida Marlins, they keep coming back. Huge game tomorrow, huge doubleheader for us. Afternoon game, the Yankees, Boston tied up, and then it will go back to New York.
All right, but wait, let's just finish this up. Baseball postseason continues 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 Pacific on Fox. Game 5, the ALCS between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Then immediately following, it's Game 6 of the NLCS, as the Marlins try to avoid elimination when the Cubs and Mark Pryor try to win their first NL pennant in 58 years. Sports' biggest month of the year continues tomorrow only on Fox. Good news, I only counted 1 apology tonight.
Timmy Wakefield had a couple at the end.
A little upset that he got mad at himself. He didn't injure himself, so everything's fine.
Pick himself up. Tim,
All right.
one of my guys. You know, he almost won the Cy Young in 95.
You got a lot of guys out there. Got a lot of people at home. We'll see you tomorrow night. Great postseason.
Over the past 10 years, some of the greatest moments in all of sports happened right here on Fox.
Emmett Smith has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.
It all ends today. Access to over 8,000 Chevy vehicles. The Valley Chevy Dealer's 6th semi-annual Giant 10 sale at the Peoria Sports Complex. Today only. Get $500 10 sale bonus cash on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. That's a total of $3,500 cash back on Trailblazer. Plus, get a chance to win a $500 giveaway every hour. Only one entry per person. The Giant 10 sale. It all ends today.
The Hyundai Accent. The only car in its class with the added safety of standard front side impact airbags. 29 miles per gallon in the city, 33 on the highway. And only the Accent is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like you win. Test drive the Hyundai Accent. Nicely equipped for just $90.39 at your Hyundai dealer. Don't waste money on a lease. Own a 2003 Accent for just $129 a month through October 31st at your Hyundai dealer.
Just watching alone at Fox 10, Arizona. Just watching alone. Ron, Nick, and alone at Fox 10. Just to watch the best.
The calendar may say mid-October, but we are still dealing with temperatures hovering near 100.
A tour bus driver falls asleep, and the consequences are deadly.
You may not recognize this guy, but he is one of the most famous men in Boston following Saturday's Red Sox-Yankees game.
This is Arizona's best Fox 10 News Special Edition.
Welcome to this special edition of Fox 10 News. I'm Stephanie Sandoval.
And I'm John Hook. Thanks for being with us tonight a little early. First on Fox tonight, the Valley cannot seem to shake the summer heat. The heat wave continues to keep things very warm for this time of year. Normally on this date, the average temperature is about 88 degrees. We're way above that. Today, we were 10 degrees warmer. And add to that, hot pavement and thousands of people gathered, and you've got a very warm spot. And that's at the State Fair, where Rosalinda Roman joins us live to see how people are coping tonight. Rosalinda.
Well, John, they're coping a lot better now, as you can see behind me. A lot of very happy people because the sun has gone down and it has cooled off considerably since earlier today. But it really was quite a hot day out. In fact, a few people had to head over here to first aid because they really did get severely overheated. Luckily, nothing too severe, but the bottom line is a lot of people were drinking a lot of water.
At the Arizona State Fair, there's water everywhere. Water to take a drink, and even to take a dunk, which is a good thing when it's this hot out this late in the year. When temperatures rise, the emergency medical teams at the fairgrounds get ready to help.
We've had a few heat exhaustion cases, but most of the time people know what they need to do, and they usually drink, a lot of water before they come.